Good evening and welcome to episode 10 of the Sopherone Saga. We did it 10 episodes in. My name is Dave Gibson and I am the Dungeon Master. First up, we have a few announcements to get through before we start tonight's adventure. Did someone say 200 plus new beasts to be used as party pets, character companions, familiars, encounters, or polymorph options, and of course, wild shape shenanigans? What about a bunch of new beast-flavored subclasses? Check out Penny Dragon's latest Kickstarter, Bergen's Book of Beasts. You'll find the link for the notify on launch in the Twitch chat during tonight's stream, and of course on all of the rest of the Penny Dragon streams. And I'm told it should drop sometime around mid-March, I think. So, and I can't wait to get my hands on that one. You can buy merch now for the Sopherone Saga. We're on a t-shirt and a mug and a sticker. Yes, we are. And all of the other streams on Penny Dragon's merch store, you can get that right now. Just clicking the link in the chat, and when it pops up, it will direct you right there. You can also click the merch section on Penny Dragon's Twitch when we're not streaming, and you will find your way to the store that way too. The Penny Dragon YouTube is up and running, of course, as we all know, and you can catch all of the VODs for every stream right there. Please give us a like and a sub to help us grow our channel, and you can also check out our main man Paddy Finn's YouTube channel called Dragon Shorts for some funny quick hits on D&D, and also some game busting DM killing suggestions and ideas, i.e. that what is it, the Conjure Woodlands being the one.
That's a great one.
Yeah. So
but what's best is the peasant.
Anyway, now a look ahead at what's coming up in the other Penny Dragon streams. On Sunday, we're returning to the third episode of the Violet Madness. The group have faced a variety of threats, but made it out of the afflicted town of Grendel. As they journey west to a nearby village, they learned of an apothecary who lives there, working tirelessly to find a cure. It's a shaky lead, but it's the only one they have so far. Let's hope they make it there safely. On Tuesday, Fellowship of the Fallen continues. With the aspect of Talos defeated, Fellowship of the Fallen are on the way to report back to Falcon. 21 days remain until the return of Cryovane, and there's so much preparation to be done. Next Friday, join the Churn Gang for Breakout Part 3. The gang try to find their imprisoned friends and discover a terrible secret. Dun, dun, dun. And lastly, on Sunday the 13th, the Cloaks of Minehelm will be back. Amid the mud and rain, the party come face to face with the brigands known as the Fearless Fellows. Severely outnumbered, they'll have to fight for their lives and the lives of the camp dwellers, the outlaws of Terrorize. I mean, I would just leave the camp dwellers if that were me, but anyway. Moving on, a big thanks to our man in the tech bunker, Christian, who looks after all things Twitch, streaming, and of course keeps the goblins out of chat. Couldn't do this without him. I'd like to thank, as always, again, Kate from It's a Map for creating all of the amazing maps you see right here in the Sopherone Saga. You can find Kate on Twitter and Facebook now on @itsamapIRE and on Instagram on @itsamap. All of the music you hear on the stream is from Tabletop Audio, so you can go over to their website to find out more about what they do. And if you're running your own Roll20 adventures, you should find them right up there in the jukebox, or there if you're on the other side of my screen. With that out of the way, let's meet our heroes. Let's start with Jonathan.
Hello everybody, so I play Fenor, I'm a wood elf monk, and yeah, he's still a pro in fails, so yeah, let's see how I can fail our party again.
Okay, thanks for that. Next up is John.
How's it everyone? I'm John playing Lamut, the half-orc druid, and yeah, so far, still alive, stuck in a mine and considering where to go next.
Thank you very much. Fiona, you're up.
Hi, yeah, I play Scales, who is a Bavarian Dragonborn. And yeah, he's here trying to find a new career as one of these adventurers and seeing how that goes.
Thank you very much. Shane.
Yeah, so I'm Shane. I'm playing Jaden, a human battlemaster fighter with his trusty glaive, and he is currently lamenting the loss of his big, beautiful beard.
Yes, indeed. So next up, Joe.
I'm playing a human rogue who's not so great at being a rogue, but I mean, he's there, I guess. And yeah. It's kind of a dude.
Okay, thank you. I'm Carrick.
I'm Carrick. I play Ren, our resident murderous pyromaniac wizard who is kind of treading the line of an alignment shift lately. So stay tuned to see how that develops.
It certainly is, yeah. Okay, thanks, gang. Time for our recap. Our heroes in the little town of Templetown caught wind of a missing gnome inventor called Gribble and headed straight for the local apothecary to speak to his wife Grelda, who had reportedly offered a reward for his safe return, or at the very least, the recovery of his body. The first port of call was the old mine that Gribble harvested crystals from for his inventions, but an increasing bandit presence on the road and an all-out battle at the entrance to the mine made it pretty much a done deal that a gang of bandits, led, it turns out, by the mysterious Stiletto, had converted the old mine into their headquarters and were raiding the nearby trade routes. Cutting their way through the mine, the party met fierce resistance in the form of several bandit captains and, of course, Stiletto's second in charge, the wizard Asher, who introduced the party to their very first fireball, and their second, as it happens. Unfortunately, Asher vanished and seemed to make a break for it. Searching the area, the party found a letter from Stiletto informing the bandits that he was headed to Gribble's airship and planned to do away with him there. Also, it seems that Gribble's wife, Grelda, may be in on the whole escapade, but we're not sure on that one, as Asher made reference to her in the letter too. So what's going to happen next? Only one way to find out. Let's play some D&D. So last we led up, I believe you guys were you were up a hole.
Pocket dimension.
Pocket dimension. Secure in the pocket.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you going to stay in there for an hour?
We were taking our short rest, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think we finished our short rest.
Yeah, we were just about to leave.
I see some hit dice rolls, so
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They've said you get the short rest. So
yeah, I did. Yeah. So I'm just wondering who's the first out of the pocket dimension is
Well,
really what I'm asking.
if I leave, doesn't it collapse? I'm pretty sure. So
Well, it
I'd
does,
say I'm
yeah.
gonna-
So you could let someone leave first, or
Yeah,
else
someone
I
else
think
go
if
first.
you come out, then everyone's just jumped out of it.
Yeah, so I think I'll let someone else go down first.
Oh,
just to-
that's your reasoning for not going
Yes.
first.
Obviously, not because I'm a squishy wizard.
Okay.
I'll go
I'll go
first. I
first.
don't mind.
Okay, so Lamud's going first. Lamud, it's been an hour, so as you sort of scooch down this rope, the familiar scents and sounds and just the general vibe of the mine. I'm gonna turn this music down. Give me a second now. Here we go. Everything is sort of it's an assault in a sense, given that you've been sitting in a pocket dimension, with nothing but your unwashed friends for an hour, and again the smell of stone and soot and the accelerant from the torches and everything else. It's just boom. You're like, oh yeah, here we are again. What would you like to do being first out?
Yeah, just a quick scan, immediate vicinity, if I can see anything.
Okay.
Anything that looks hostile. Or...
Give us a quick perception check then.
Let's see.
That's nice.
Okay, 20.
It sounds and it looks very empty.
Oh, that creaking sound was perfect timing.
Yeah.
On the music.
That's a robot as you're hanging along. It's eerily quiet, other than the usual, sound of dripping water and just the usual creepy mine sounds. Other than that, there's no sound of anyone moving around. There's no verbal components of a fireball. There's no nothing.
That's a very
shit, do we?
That was a very specific comment, David. That makes me worry.
Yeah, the Lone Wanderer 1990 says you can see an inbound fireball.
Yes.
Mr. Jockberger says you should never use fireball indoors.
Yes, you should. It's the perfect place to use a fireball.
But
There's
yeah,
nowhere to run.
Then while everyone is just making their way out of the pocket, I'll just keep an eye out.
Okay, no problem. We'll use that same perception check. What would the rest of you like to do? So you all roll hit dice. You're looking pretty good. Looks like you can take another fireball, maybe.
Please.
Did anyone get anything back with their short rest, like arcane recovery? Does anyone have
I
anything
did.
like that?
Did
you?
you?
Okay,
Spell
cool.
slots?
Excellent.
Actually,
Good to know.
did I? Yeah, I did.
And my wild shapes. I got my wild shapes back.
Right. Okay. Good to know. Just
Spider got
chat
his
now.
action surge back.
I'm back up to everything, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me
You
as
get
well.
an action surge back with a short rest.
I thought
Yeah.
it was, is it?
Everything.
No,
Fighters
everything.
reset.
Like
Fucking
fighters
fighters,
just
man.
take a short
Jesus.
rest and then they're ready to go again.
I did not know that.
Fighters and warlocks.
Excellent. Drew Kane says, while you can't see or hear anything, is there any other mouth-based sense you would like to try?
Lick it.
Lick it.
Lick it.
Jean, to be fair, Lamud could wild shape into a snake and lick the air.
Yeah, I could do that. It won't be a very big snake. It'll probably just be
Oh
a
my
tiny
god. Okay, so you're going to wild shape into a snake and lick the air.
one. No, I'm not going to waste
Okay.
a wild shape on that just yet.
No problem. So
That's for
looks
downtime.
like Scales and Fanar have sort of done a bit of a little bit of exploration over here through the secret door. Is that right?
They
No,
was
we're there
stuck
since
to that
last time.
side.
Okay,
They
cool.
came
Go on,
from
well,
there.
yeah, you can move yourselves back over then.
I can't
Um,
get over.
It's because of the dynamic light barrier. You'll have to
There you
move the cave.
There you go. Sorry.
I can move.
Let me just see. Dynamic lighting. Yeah, sorry. Yes, there it is. Select. That's gone. Now you can move through.
Perfect.
Door. Okay, cool.
I
So
suppose
there we are.
Scales will arrive down the rope looking quite dozy because he was having a bit of a nap during
Yeah.
the hour of short rest. So yawning widely and sort of just blinking, his eyes a few times.
The day is yours. What would you like to do?
I'm pretty sure we would have sat in the hole and discussed.
Yeah, well, let's do that.
You know,
I'm going to remove
if
that.
we want to do like a backtrack to.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think, had we discussed at the end of the last session what we wanted to do, or was that out of character after the end of the stream?
No, that was out of character.
So you may as well go through that now. How tight are the quarters up in your hole?
I will let you know now. Give me 1 second, I'll pop it out.
Okay.
We're sitting on each other's laps.
No, we're two guys sitting in a
Move your
hot tub,
tail. Ah, Jesus.
5 feet apart.
Okay.
Yeah, so
there's enough
we've got a
room.
bit of space.
Cool. Okay. Okay. So
3 by 5, so it's not very. It's not very big. Wait, that's the exit.
It was
It can comfortably hold up to 8 medium or smaller.
oh, then you're
creatures.
grand.
Yeah.
Your own space. Okay. So decide amongst yourself what you'd like to do.
So, I mean, here's the argument from my side. We've got the letter. We know where to go. We know something strange is up with the wife. I don't even know if we're going to get a reward if we do bring him back.
Well,
I mean,
it's not. I'm not so much worried about that part of it, but it's the getting out of here part that I'm worried about. We tried to leave once. We almost died.
yes.
We walk out that door again. What's to say that the exact same thing doesn't happen again? Fine, we're a little bit. We've caught our breath, but I don't know how magic works. But could that happen all day?
I mean,
how many of them could we take to the face?
I get that, but if it'll make you feel more comfortable, we can. I
Limited
can
uses.
send, I can send Luth out in front of us to go have a look around outside if we decide to go out the front door again.
also. What did they say about the devil you know and the devil you don't?
It's a
True.
I
kill
just
box.
feel like if we have no idea what's down there.
I mean,
I don't know any devils.
the letter outright said no one comes back, so we're going into danger either way. At least we know there's a way out up here. We could go down there and it could be bad.
I'm just saying this Asher person doesn't strike me as being incredibly patient.
I don't. Yeah, wizards by nature generally aren't the most patient people.
What are you on about?
I mean,
Of course they are.
we study it for a long time, but we kind of, we like results fast. As far as he's concerned, he may think he's killed us at this stage.
And also that exit, the black goo.
Yeah. And that came up, which means it came from down there.
Probably.
Probably, yeah.
I
So-
bet my life on it.
Scales?
Oh,
Thoughts?
Scales
Which
was
way?
playing with a torch.
Swinging a torch around.
Yeah, in loopy patterns in front of him while he's been talking.
Oh, it's like one of
You
those
can
like
hear it going.
sparklers.
Fernando's just like sipping one square back. Like, nope, okay.
What were we talking about?
Where do you want to go, Scales? You want to go down deeper into the mines, or are we going to go find a gnome at an airship?
That's a
Well,
leading question.
We do need to find the gnome guy, even though his wife sent the letter and she apparently doesn't want him.
Your
And you
Honor, objection?
said last time that even if he's dead, she wants him. She'll pay us. So I guess we get the gnome.
Something tells me she actually wants him dead.
I suspect that she's committing some kind of insurance fraud.
Does
Is
insurance
there
exist?
insurance
What's
in this world?
insurance? Dave, what is insurance?
I'm
Do we
sure.
know?
I mean, you can come up with it.
Actually,
Maybe
speaking
You
of
could be
things
the
that
first
work.
insurance brokers in Sopherone if you like.
No,
maybe
too
she's
close,
trying
too close.
to kill her husband to get all this stuff.
I mean,
Yeah, maybe there's an inheritance or something.
Maybe, yeah.
How about we disappoint her and bring him?
yeah.
We have to get out of here first. You're
To
all missing the
save-
point here.
What's the point of
All of this is. I'm sorry, Scales. Go ahead.
what? What do you mean? Will we either get the gnome or we go down the mine? Yeah.
We have to get out of here, and it's a way of getting out of here is the question.
I don't think
The
down
man-
is a way out.
Oh, because of the guy with the fireballs.
The
Yes.
most important thing
fireballs, yes.
about
Miss
Okay.
Jawbreaker
About-
says, I've been waiting 2 weeks to see you go deeper.
That is what she said.
Push the big
Oh
red
my
button.
god.
And True Games says you can call the
Like it.
insurance company mind your non-business.
I like that.
so
Yeah.
the
The
problem.
next session is just going to be like you guys in the call center doing insurance.
Oh no, here, I'll be ending work.
Series of message
start work
spells.
again. Fuck off.
Okay.
The problem with the gnome for me is she sent us here knowing that there was at least some
Hmm.
chance that we wouldn't come back.
Well, we came in
Considering
the other
who she
door.
hired.
So
Yeah, but
if
she
we went
told
out
us
the other door, we wouldn't have to have the guy with the fireballs.
he has a line of sight on both doors from where he was. That was the issue.
Okay.
That's what split us up. He did that ice storm thing.
Oh, okay.
Nearly killed Finnar and you.
Yeah, that was cold.
Yeah.
Okay.
So back
I'm
to the
just
original
saying-
question.
Do we go out?
What was the
front
original
or look
question?
for-
How do we
look
get
for
out of here?
another?
How do we get out of here?
How to get? Yeah, because if we can't get out of here, the question about what
There's-
we do about the gnome and the wife is
Does Lamut have
Theoretically.
So if we
shakers?
can't, but if we have to get out of here and we can't go out the door because he'll just throw more fire at us,
Mhm.
then we have to go down.
see if there's another way out. That's what I'm suggesting.
Down then.
Dave, can you copy my token? I'm stuck in a wall.
I'll just move you out.
Yeah, it wouldn't let me move out.
So Scales wants to go down.
I mean,
Jaden?
Down.
Down.
we can look for another exit. But
I think
For
we should-
now,
if you guys get eaten, I'm gonna watch you. Well, I'm not gonna watch. I'm just gonna run.
I mean, we could check what's down, but we need to be prepared to run. I'd say.
Hmm.
Running is no problem for me, but yeah,
For now, you want to go down.
I don't see other way out, so we can just go continue because
I mean, Robert,
front
could you
door
sneak out the
is-
front door and look, check if there's anything there? Just like,
Reprobate Gamer says, go in further and look for the back door. Miss Jawbreaker says, don't be so wimpy. Go deeper.
Well, I
Might
mean,
be
we at 3-0 now. So I mean, if either me,
Ryan, what are you saying? Oh, why did that get censored?
me, Robert, or Ren wants to go deeper into the mines. It's a moot topic. We're going deeper into the mines.
We don't even have to go too far. All I'm saying is if you're taking shelter from a storm in a cave, you want to make sure there's not a bear hiding down the back.
Where are the bears?
Makes-
We didn't see any bears.
Probably
though.
not downstairs. Yeah, sorry,
Also,
Scales, you're right. Yeah.
Christian in chat says, did Fenard just say running is no problem for him? I know of a
Yeah.
log and a river in a forest that would make the difference.
That's
That's
with
my
a log.
torch.
This is a mine.
That's my
Well,
torch.
Where's your
Sorry.
torch?
What's supporting?
Oh, there it
What's
is.
holding up the
I stole her
mine?
torch.
Logs.
His torch.
so,
It's okay. I found another one.
We have infinite
Well,
torches, guys. It's fine.
If you
Well-
just drag and select both of them, you can move both at the same time.
I'm technically
Oh.
a living torch.
well, guys, it looks like we're going deeper into the mines then.
Okay, excellent. So who would like to approach the creepy spiral staircase in the dark mine first?
Where was the spiral staircase again? Oh, was it
North
was
of
it
me.
that one over
Okay,
there?
Ren, I need you to make 2 Constitution saving throws, please.
I wasn't actually approaching. I was kind of showing where it was. I'll do it though.
Really?
I'll do it. Yeah, no, I wasn't showing where I was.
Come on, Carrick, you've been playing with me long enough to
Yeah.
know that if you move your token,
Yeah.
be prepared
2
for the
Constitution saving
consequences.
throws,
2?
please. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to do the advantage roll and just for
Oh,
both of them.
yeah, whatever way you want to roll them.
I was about to say I'll go first and check for traps.
Okay, that's
15
a 15
and a
and a
7.
7. Okay, let me just move these to.
Maybe the front door isn't so a bad idea after
What
all.
is it? K for GM there. Yeah. I just found the shortcuts and they are great.
Yeah, you can,
there are
there's a thing for
two-
adding.
As you walk forward, you go click, and you're like shit, and so you step forward again to try and maybe get past whatever's triggered by the first click, and then you hear a second click, and there's these 2 jets of this noxious green and brown, horrifically bad smelling gas and dust, and it just you breathe in at the wrong time, and you ouch. The 15 makes it, but the
7 doesn't.
7 doesn't. You're going to take 2d6 poison damage, 6 points of poison damage. As you feel your eyes just watering and running, they're stinging. Your nose, your lungs, your mouth, and back of your throat is just on fire. You're down on your knees, coughing your lungs up, and it goes around the mines just in a really, really eerie and creepy way, and it's quite loud.
Watch your step.
I run up to him and I offer him my water skin.
Yeah, Reynolds take it. Just going to try to wash his eyes out.
No problem.
How about letting me take the lead from here?
Yeah,
Might
Robert,
be a good idea.
why don't you just check if those things can be triggered again or a one-time thing?
Didn't the
Definitely.
scale
Well, it
set those off
happened.
last session?
Yeah, that happened to me too.
That didn't seem
I
to
don't
be
want it to
reset.
happen again.
Yeah, so it didn't seem to reset. So Ren's going to kind of just freeze in place now. He's not taking any steps.
Okay.
I'll start going down the way we're going down and checking for traps.
Okay, so move your token in there and give me an investigation check, please, sir.
I'm just asking over this way, right?
Okay. Investigation 11. You are confident there are no traps left. They've been
Oh, my screen's
they've been set off and triggered by your courteous companions. So your thoughtful companions even. Would you like to go down that's the creepy spiral staircase? It is it looks like it hasn't been well traveled. There are a couple of sets of footprints on it, but they are quite old. They're almost covered up by dust and soot and mine.
They clearly didn't like coming down here often.
No.
I'll keep going.
You're gonna go down. Is everyone else following you?
Yep.
If you are, I will.
I hope
move
so.
you
Yeah, I'll follow
to
third.
level 2, and I'm gonna move you there as well. Let me just see. It might not be the order, but that's where you are.
Can I get my torch back?
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Yeah, it's also a black map for me.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Light
Oh, I
beast, maybe?
Questioning. Could be
I
questioning.
tried moving the token, but it doesn't.
Yeah,
There we go.
There we go.
Is it loaded up?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
sure,
got
torch.
torch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Torch
Everyone,
here
just hang
now.
on there 1 second, and I'll get you a torch.
I dropped it.
Be careful where you move, because I need to see
Oh,
where
yeah,
you're
put
going.
yourself back
Let's
forward.
not be too hasty. We all saw what happened to Ren.
Sorry, Dave. Would you just mind double checking if you gave my token dark vision?
Do you know what? I'm gonna delete your tokens and I'm gonna copy over from the last map.
Guys, I don't like the like
Very well.
alien sounds. Weird
Oh,
mouth clicking
oh,
stuff.
oh no! That reminds me of fucking the last one's the clickers. Ah,
Yeah.
creepy.
That's
I don't know if you guys
fine.
noticed. but, like,
I've played a mothership game. I survived.
How is that now? Does everyone have their vision and stuff?
I'm in
I've
two
got
places at once.
Two places at once.
Yeah, you're gone
But
now.
yes.
There you go.
Oh, what was I saying? My semi-electric
Yeah,
works.
I've got vision.
Excellent. Sorry about that. Everyone watching in
problem.
chat. Anyone wants to copy and paste it towards they can. You have enough there. So I'm gonna see what it looks like there as well. Who's going first, and what would you like to do? Down here, it's they're obviously different noises. You can hear the sound of rushing water somewhere to the south.
Is it water though?
Well, it's some sort of rushing. Well, I've just said it's water, so yeah. You can hear it's pitch black, but for the light of your torches. There is a strange smell in the air. It's not something I don't think any of you would have smelled before. It's not thick or pervasive, but it's there.
It doesn't smell like the black ooze from ups.
No,
Like
it does
football,
not. No,
Okay.
definitely not.
Doesn't smell like 2-year-old decomposing
This-
people, right?
Smelly smell.
I mean, have you
Smell.
smelled what 2-year-old decomposing people smell like?
I don't
Probably
know.
at this. We're adventurers. Probably at some point.
Yeah, I mean, no. No.
You know, death and decay is something new to us. What?
I'll just.
Does anyone else hear those footsteps? That's freaking me out.
Thank you, Tabletop Audio.
Thanks, Dave.
Robert, you want to take the lead?
Yeah, I'll do that.
I'll follow.
Want is a question you don't want me to answer, but yeah, I'll do that.
That was a rhetorical question.
Okay, so who's taking the lead? Move your tokens step by step, if you don't mind.
I'll follow 10 feet
Can I
behind.
still keep an eye out for traps?
You can. Are you stealthing or are you just moving along, Robert?
I mean, I have a torch in my hand.
Yeah. Well,
Like
I mean,
I'm-
you can still be quiet.
Yeah,
You
I'll
don't
be
have some
totally
standard,
quiet.
you see.
Yeah. Okay. So if you want to just keep your steps as hidden as you can, roll me a stealth check,
Hint,
or to
hint.
hold in that fart, whatever it is.
Hint, hint.
Okay. So Robert rolls a 3, a 10. You almost fall on your drum kit, but not quite.
Okay.
Moving on.
How's everyone else doing? Are they?
Kind of following.
Fenor wants to try to run and do like that Tomb Raider type of tricks. See if he can set off the traps and not get hit, and just like
But we don't know if they reset.
Dip and
Yeah,
dodge and dive
Rob-
and duck and dodge your
Yeah,
way down the
that's-
corridor.
that's what I want to do.
Just like run through and Yes.
Yeah.
Knowing you're wrong. Okay.
What's
knowing
everyone's
you're
passive
wrong-
perception?
Less than 15.
Uh,
I think it'll be
12.
12.
12. Okay, good to know.
12.
15.
11?
15.
13.
Okay, so nobody got a 17.
Mm-mm.
Well, we're not Shadar, okay?
All right. Okay, moving on. I love how carefully you're all moving your toes.
No, I said I'm gonna stick about 10 feet behind Robert.
Yeah, that's good. No, I just have scales.
Scales is actually losing patience with this. Like
Yeah.
he's tried. He was doing the whole like wait for people to go forward and then follow them, and then he's just he's
Okay, you can stop there as I will. Let me go to my achievement.
we didn't
There.
quite get what we were
Immediately,
doing with the sneaking the last time, and this time still not really getting
you see the biggest spiders you've ever seen
Fuck.
in your life just scuttle out, and now that they're past this sort of cushioned webbed corridor, you can hear their kind of chitinous legs kind of tick, 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 on the hard floor, and they're kind of stirring up dust and soil, and they both made this kind of screech And you can see their mandibles just kind of clicking, and they both go straight for you. So unfortunately, you've been surprised, and shit's about to get real.
Robert can't be surprised, at least.
Yes, this is true. I think we're gonna go for some
Initiatives?
well, no, not yet. We're gonna go for some battle music because it's time to kick ass. Okay, I'm gonna roll to attack first, and then we'll do initiative. So these giant spiders, both of them launch straight for you. One of them is gonna go with a bite. That is a 23 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, that is 6 piercing plus 11 poison, 17 points of damage.
Oof.
Oh,
Yeah, I need a DC 11 Constitution saving throw, please.
So it was 6 and 11. So
17,
roll that.
17 points
Sorry.
of damage. No worries. As this thing just lunges forward, and you kind of notice now, even though they're standing, the legs are bent, and when it flexes the 8 legs out, it gets this reach that you just didn't expect, and it just lunges in and catches you there in the arm. It's like you can just feel this burning poison just sort of just pump through your arm and straight into your torso, and then down through the vital organs, and it burns. So it's 17
do I have
points
to
of
do a
damage.
save?
Yeah, DC 11 Constitution saving throw, please. Oh, hold on, sorry. If you make that, you don't take the poison damage. Sorry, yeah, that's cool. Taking the poison
okay.
damage and half as much on a successful one. Yeah, so that is 6 piercing and then 5 poison. My bad, sorry about that. And this one
Okay,
is going to move to here, and it's going to do the same. Do you know what? Actually, I think it's going to try and shoot his. Oh, that's a torch. Where did I click the torch?
Shoot his
the
torch at
torch
me?
has no attacks. Yeah.
I mean, if the spider steps on the torch, it could kind of possibly, catch fire.
Okay, so you see its mandibles kind of spinning, and its 2 front legs spinning, and it lets this screech and just shoots this burst of web out at you. The target is restrained by webbing as an action. The restrained target can make a DC 12 strength check, bursting the webbing, and a success. The webbing can also be attacked and destroyed. AC that, hit points that, and that. So you are now. Is that an auto success, or let's find out. Yeah, sorry, did I?
I think they get a save.
No, I have to roll. I have to roll. That's a 23, so that's a hit. No save. It's a ranged weapon attack.
Okay.
Cool. So one
So
creature.
I am bound.
So you are restrained. You need a DC 12 strength check on your turn. So everyone, you see this happening. You see poor old Scales get bit, and let's roll initiative. Oh, hold on. Sorry. Let me just get the turn order out. It should do it, shouldn't it? Yeah, it did. Yeah. Cool.
Now I roll well.
Look at that.
Nice.
To be fair, I do have a +8, so
I have a +1, so I got a 3. Oh, fuck off, Dave. I see that.
Yeah.
You evil. This is giving me Vietnam flashbacks to my brown cloaks one shot that was in.
Swarm of spiders.
I just got murdered by spiders.
Okay, is everybody in?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, excellent stuff. Let's start descending and up. Oh, lovely, Robert Sack Cooper with a 26. You're up, my friend.
So Robert, having been afraid this whole time,
Yeah.
I'm all of a sudden gonna be not that afraid anymore. I don't know what
Okay.
I was so afraid of. This is a perfect opportunity for more things to draw.
Okay, brilliant.
I haven't gotten to draw anything in like 2 sessions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure that.
I'm gonna run up to the spider
Yep.
and I'm gonna stab it.
Okay. Roll to hit.
1 second. Can I bonus action? No bonus action. I'm just gonna stab it.
Okay, stabby stab. Let's see. 17. I believe that is a hit.
Oh, sorry, my poison is on. It
Okay,
shouldn't
no
be,
worries.
sorry.
We can just.
Yeah, just minus
yes.
the 8 damage off of that.
8
so
points of
it's-
damage. So you run up, and you guys see Robert more kind of animated and excited than he's been. Excuse me, in the last while, and he just kind of feints left and feints right, and you can see this thing clearly engaged with Scales, and it looks over, screeches, and he just takes a stab when it turns its attention back to Scales.
Yeah, overall it's a 16 point of damage.
16 points of damage. You just sink your rapier deep in, and there's not a lot of resistance, and it just you know, it's kind of tough for the first second, and then it goes almost this kind of pop as the tip of the blade just, and it slides in with, you know, it slides in very easily, and as you pull it out, you can see this grey fluid going just kind of splashing the floor. It screeches and it looks over, and it's very unhappy.
Okay, I just want to see how far I move to get here.
16 you said, was it?
Yeah, 16 damage.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
And I'm going to bonus action disengage,
Okay.
and I'm going to move
The
back.
hedge.
Yeah, back over to that hedge.
Stat says time to burn down the mine. There's nothing of worth here.
I got it. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to do, Robert?
Action bonus. No, I'm just gonna keep drawing.
That's easy. Robert just hides in the hedge, and you can just furious scribbling of like pencil on parchment from the bushes, which is, you know, would normally be creepy, but in this case not. So next up we're on this spider here. He's going to move to here. I know he's not. I do believe if you're restrained, he should have advantage, shouldn't he?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yep.
So here we go. First attack is, sorry, it's just one attack. It's a bite. That is a 14 to hit with advantage.
That hits.
14 hits, is it?
Yeah.
Lovely. Okay. At 6 points of piercing damage, and you need to make a con saving throw. DC 11.
Constitution. 17.
That is a save. So you take another 5 piercing damage. Are you knocking those off your hit points? Because I'm not saying it on your turn.
I'm on the sheet. Yeah. Let me update the.
Cool. No worries. Good to see how bad you have mold on you guys. Okay, that's all the spider is going to. Do you know what, Ollie? Yeah, he'll stay there. Moving on, up to our friendly neighborhood monk, Finar. Don't roll a 1, pal.
Yeah, thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Well,
You definitely didn't jinx him just now.
definitely not. Okay, so for now, it's just gonna run. It's just gonna stop here. It's like, oh, 2 spiders. He only
They
saw
are
one.
huge. Like they're really big.
Okay, so there's 2, and he's just hearing the scribblings like, what the? Oh. Never mind, and just run towards the spider and take out his quarterstaff and take a swing.
Miss Jawberger says, "Do spiders have tongues?" And Drew Kane says, "They do in this game."
22 to hit.
22 to hit with a quarterstaff. That hits. Which one did you attack?
The one just right in front of me.
This one here. Okay, that's a hit. Yep.
6 bludgeoning damage.
6 bludgeoning. And you take a. Let me just mark these off first. Yeah, you take a hefty swing with the quarterstaff, and the giant spider just wraps its teeth around it, and you just twist, and you just snap off about 3 or 4 teeth, and you know, and with the accompanying gum as well. And
Do
just
spiders have teeth?
Kind of milk it. Well, yeah, it does. Yeah,
What do you think they bite you with?
little fangs and things. They
Pincers.
snap off, and well, fangs instead of teeth.
I mean,
Anyway,
mandibles, but
yeah,
still,
you've done a lot of
it's-
damage
yeah.
to its kind of mouth area, and it's just this goop just kind of pumping out now.
Well, so I was just like, that's my quarterstaff, and he's just gonna tap into his key and just go for a flurry of blows.
Excellent. Give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, come on.
For a moment, it sounded like you said "flurry of blows."
Hey.
Like, this isn't that kind of stream, dude.
Oh, okay. Okay. No, Jeff, that's just noted. Don't worry, nothing happens yet.
That's worse.
Oh, okay.
That's worse than something happening.
Do I regret doing this?
No,
You
as you tap into your key, there's just it doesn't feel right. It feels sullied or tainted or something. You get this sort of oily taste in your tongue, and it still works as you would expect it to, but it doesn't feel as pure.
Oh,
And that is
okay.
a 15 for 5, is it?
Yeah, 15 to
Excellent.
hit.
That hits. And again, 5. Yeah, you just reach over and just give the face this kind of quick haymaker, and then just it kind of recoils and you run straight in and just grab one of the legs and snap it over your knee. And it screeches.
And then my second blow. That's how it goes. Nah,
Oh, there we go. There we
Amazing.
go. Can I have a D100, please?
I feel like we should give him inspiration for failing. It's so
No. He needs to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently so. Hey, speciality of
All the
Fenor.
100.
Oh man, what is it with your roll? 73.
Oh, I don't have this.
So anyone who's looking not familiar with how we do things in chat, if somebody gets a critical hit, they roll on the critical hit table, which is a D100, and an extra little bit of magic happens, and as it does on the critical fumble table. So 73. What have we got? Lodged weapon. Your weapon becomes stuck in the floor or a nearby object. You must make a DC 14 strength check to remove it as an action. So again, as you just pull your quarterstaff out and say, "That's my quarterstaff," it just lunges in and just grabs it. And one of the broken teeth or fangs where it was would have just absolutely just impaled your hand, and you just thank your stars that it didn't. So it's just kind of, it's locked to the weapon, but it would have gone straight through your hand had you not just knocked it out there a second ago.
And I was just like, guys.
It's playing tug of war with this giant spider. Okay, is that it for your round?
That's all I can do.
Okay, next up is this guy here. And he's going to go for scales. So he has advantage, or he or she. And there's a bite. Again, it lunges in for the bite. What's that?
At least it's not a drider.
That is a 14.
That hits.
That hits. So 9 piercing. And a
9.
DC 11. Yeah, a DC 11 saving throw.
Okay, I'll do that.
Constitution
in
saving throw.
second.
Again, you're just wrapped up in this web, and you just it unnervingly takes its time. You take another 5 poison damage. Unnervingly takes its time, and it's almost gentle the way it leans in and just pulls a bit of the webbing apart, and then just sinks its teeth in. And you're again feeling this poison just pulsing through your body now. Your whole body, your veins are on fire with it. That's all that spider's gonna do. I believe that's all they can do. Web walker, bite, or web. Okay, yep. Moving on to Lamud. You can see Scale sort of fairly wrapped up in this web and very unsteady on his feet at this stage.
Yeah, so I'll do the 15 feet up to Scales. My plans have changed a bit. Just gonna place a hand on the back of Scales' shoulder and say Jarok, and going to cast Cure Wounds first level, because Scales needs to save me.
Nice, that's 5.
5, but something, and another 15 feet will get me there. And then bonus action, I'll do Wild Companion.
Okay.
Just need to double check the range on it. 10 feet. So 5, 10. So we will say, and a very familiar
Oh, okay.
shape pops up.
Here comes Kitty.
Here comes Kitty to play.
Okay, excellent. Does Kitty get to go straight away?
I'm rolling initiative now.
Okay.
Maybe.
Let's see. 7.
5. So I can should have added in itself. 7.
After Jaden.
Yeah, so after between Jaden and Scales.
Oh yeah, it's down the bottom here. Cool.
We got all our melee hitters in one.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Cool. So and that's it for Lamud.
That was action, movement, bonus action.
Oh, okay. Scales. You just feel this burst of warm energy and somehow the poison pulsing through your veins just seems. It's still agony, but it's been diluted somewhat. You feel a little bit better. Moving on. Oh, here's my swarm. There they are.
Oh.
Anyone in middle of or in the vicinity hears this very, very loud and many legs scuttling as let's see, what's their movement? Oh, for fuck's sake, lads. It could be a while getting there. Well, they'll double
Swarms
that.
are slow.
5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, that's it for them. Jesus, why did I put them there? Moving on, Jaden.
The sound of that scuttling was from further south, was it?
Well, it's from up here.
Okay, good. So he doesn't really see
What?
anything where he is at the moment. So
No.
anything from where he is. So 1. Oh God, big spiders. 2.
The accident as well.
3, 4.
Dude, if
Five,
this were
6.
real life, I would just be dead.
Oh, me too, my friend.
I just die of a heart attack
Yeah.
right on the spot.
I hate spiders.
So he's then gonna take his glaive out, twirl
Yeah.
it, and take a swipe at the closer one.
Okay. I love that you've got the reach. 14 is a hit.
14 is a hit for 6 points of slashing damage. I'm going to use the bonus action to oh no, it does it automatically. That's grand. Yeah, and then bonus action back end of the polearm.
Well, I mean, you can.
Oh.
I'll give you
Sorry,
the roll. You
but-
can keep the roll, but the first swipe with the glaive just
Mm.
takes this thing's head off completely, and you just see. For now, your quarterstaff is released. It plops to the ground. You can pick it up. You don't take an action. You can just pick it up as a bonus action. Say, and yeah, its head pops to the ground. It lets out this shriek, and it just hits the ground with a kind of a wet, sickening thud as this glue just starts pumping out where the head used to be.
Grand. Well, if it's all right, then I might hold that bonus just in case for later.
Oh God, Miss Jawbreaker says I think one of the spiders is Brigante. I hope not.
Yeah. So I was going to say if I can hold the bonus then, as opposed to having rolled it there, I'll do that. I can't move any further, so that's me, and I'm just going to throw. And I think I should have pulled a torch with me, but just to. Drop down at the ground by my feet.
You can. Do you want to use the rest of your movement to follow up and make the bug attack?
That was my.
Oh, was
that
it?
was
Okay,
my movement.
cool.
Yeah.
No worries. That's it for you.
That's it for me.
Scales, you're up. Would you like to make a DC 12
it's
strength?
actually the tiger.
Oh, sorry, it's a tiger.
That's
Yeah, thank you,
7,
because I didn't say. Yeah, didn't. Thank you.
Oh.
Here comes Kitty.
Would you, Dave, allow the tiger to squeeze through there?
Yeah. Your companions are comfortable enough with it that
All right, because
it kind of rubs its scent glands on them as it passes.
yeah, so it's just gonna go into that loping run. I think you know what comes next
Yes, I
Butt
sure
wiggle.
do.
because there was 25 feet of movement.
Yeah, the butt wiggle.
A little butt wiggle.
Yeah.
Go for a bite. Sorry, wait. Let me double check. Sorry, it's a claw attack, not bite.
Yeah,
So
okay,
ignore that
reroll.
bite.
You can reroll.
I like the way you guys are making this vicious creature out to be so cute.
Yeah.
And
So claw attack
he is
hits.
cute. Yeah, for 5 slashing, and the spider needs to make a DC 13 strength save.
Okay. Let's see if he has any pluses to strength. +2. I'll take that. Here's a d20 +2. Bump. And it's a 16.
Yeah, that's a success. So
Okay.
that's the end of the turn.
Okay, so the tiger does his butt wiggle and just jumps and lands in the ruined carcass of the spider that Jaden finished off. And you can see it like kind of slips a little bit in the gore and the blood, and then it just takes a swipe and just takes its massive claws take this huge chunk on one leg off the spider. Again, it screeches and turns to face Kitty. Then we are up to Scales.
Scales wrapped up like a little
Christmas
burrito.
present, yeah.
Is going
12.
to enter a rage as
Nice.
a bonus action because he's well pissed by being both wrapped up like a burrito and then repeatedly bitten. So I have to do a strength
Okay.
save to try and escape my bonds.
You have advantage because raging.
Advantage on the strength check, yes you do.
That is a 21 either way.
Yes, I think it's a DC 12 strength check, I think, but it doesn't matter. You still smashed it. So
Burst
yeah,
from my webbing.
like Mumra just breaking out of the web, and it just goes everywhere.
And then I am going to attack this dude
Okay,
with my Morning Star.
okay, roll hit. Oh, so hold on. I think that's your action to break it out. As
Oh, it's my action.
As your action, the restrained target can make it do. Yeah, so unfortunately, you don't get to attack this round.
Oh, okay. That is my turn, so.
Okay, moving on, Ren.
So with one of the spiders dying, that's kind of completely changed my plan. So
Watching the rear.
Ren, who was solo on the initiative, he was fumbling to try and get his spellbook out of its kind of like holster. It got stuck. So he's going to flick open to a page as orange sort of markings start to glow around his hands as a bolt of fire. And he flicks it towards the spider.
Okay.
So up at an angle, so it kind of goes over Scales and down onto the spider.
Well, let's hope that the dice will decide whether that happens or not.
Hopefully. Where's it gone? So that's an 18 for
Nice,
7 points
18.
fire damage.
That will hit. The Scales, you feel this streak of hot energy just shoot past you, and you can see as it does, it kind of catches some of the web that's still kind of drifting down in the air and sets it alight, and then it hits the spider and screeches again, as the fur in its body just seems to catch fire and singe.
2 steps forward, and that's my turn.
Okay. Moving on, I'm going to reset the turn order. So we're in, and then we're up to Robert. You're back.
Good thing I just finished my drawing before that thing got
That
decapitated.
was quick.
Jesus!
It's been done for a while, actually.
Have you? Am I missing something here on stream? Did you hold something up?
Yeah, I
He held
did.
it up.
Can you
Yeah.
hold it up again?
Yeah, I can hold it up again.
I was looking to roll 20.
Little fire.
Jesus, you don't want to be in that position, right under it. Okay.
Yeah, but that's how I'm seeing it. So,
Yeah. Oh God.
and I guess seeing as that one's dead, I am going to. How far is that guy? He's close enough. I'll throw my dagger at it.
Okay. Roll to hit. Miss Jawbreaker says, "Don't forget to open the spiders up. The guy you're looking for might be inside."
No, he's at the airship.
That sounds an awful lot like looting. We don't do that here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you forget
We don't
to.
do it. I don't think it's. Do we forget to, or do we make a conscious choice not to? We forget
I
to.
think most of us just don't even think of it.
Yeah.
Which is funny because you normally play a rogue, so you think.
Oh
you would.
my God!
It hurts
Here's
me
another
every
nat
time.
one, my friend.
Yeah, I'm
Wow,
not the
second one.
only one.
Wow. Okay.
I'm
Another
not the
nat
only
one.
one.
Okay, so let's get a D100 roll, please.
If you roll a 73, you threw a dagger. It doesn't matter.
So I would ask those keeping track not to preempt what happens, because people in the chat don't know. What are we? So what's a 17? Was it?
Yeah.
Wind knocked out of you. You become exhausted to level 1 of that condition. I'm not too sure how I can possibly describe that, except for you throw the dagger, and it rebounds off the spider, and hits you pommel first in the sternum, and you get the wind knocked out of you. That's all I got, guys.
Is that like
That's
I actually
exhaustion,
love it.
or is that like?
I think maybe Lamud like isn't paying attention right in front of me, and I'm
Yeah,
about to
I
throw
was-
it,
I
just,
was
like,
about
Or it's a
to say,
sprain.
elbows me in the stomach.
it's a nasty sprain. Yeah.
I mean, I do have a shield on me, so you kind of just hit the shield with your dagger and it bounces back there.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
That's a nasty one.
Drew Kane says, "Not the sternum."
Do I have a
nasty
level
one.
of exhaustion?
You have a
now?
level of exhaustion. Yeah.
Dear
They-
Lord.
I didn't say that table was perfect, but it is a lot of fun for me. Okay,
And
that's
this is
you.
why I'm going to start using spell saves exclusively soon.
Robert, anything else you'd like to do other than
Be exhausted?
Wheeze.
Yeah, I don't know.
Lie down
Why?
and sleep.
Is that an option?
you can certainly lie down in the bushes and just
Yeah,
and just have a little nap.
I'll just lie down.
Uh,
I'll go.
okay.
I'll go prone, so range attacks at disadvantage.
Okay. Finar, you're up, my friend.
Okay, so you said if I want to pick up my quarterstaff is for a bonus action. Or
Yeah, I mean, or you, whatever you like, you prefer. If you something you'd rather do with a bonus action, use your action, pick it up.
I think what I'm gonna do is after my quarterstaff fell, I'm gonna take my actually my long sword. Not a long
Short
sword.
sword?
I have a short sword.
Okay.
I'm gonna take out that one out and I'm gonna run towards the spider and like dive underneath his legs to get to the other side of him.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna try to swing at him.
Okay. Roll to hit. Oh, you've positioned yourself perfectly. I love it. You hear this?
You have
Behind you.
advantage because you're flanking with the tiger.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I'll just roll again. Let's
So
see.
you might get a crit.
Always fish for the crit.
16.
16 will do it. So that is 8 points of slashing. Okay, so as you guys see Fernard just run and then just go in for the slide right as he hits the gore of the spider, and that just gives him that kind of that momentum just to skid right through and under the other spider's legs. It goes for a bite, but it hits soil. You hear its fangs kind of clicking against the soil. Then you kind of rear up and just take a swipe, that's another screech out as it takes 8 points of damage.
Is it still alive?
It's still alive. It doesn't look like it's very happy to be alive, but it's still alive. It's in a pretty bad way.
I'll just go take bonus action just to take a normal unarmed strike this time.
Okay.
Not gonna waste a key point. 30-20.
Dirty 20 for 8 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you just kind of skid under and take the swipe with the sword, it kind of recoils back and then goes in for this bite, and you just punch it square in the eyes, and you hear the sickening crack as its head is pretty. There's no neck to speak of, but like whatever way you've hit it, square in the forehead between these two, or when it's many black eyes, you just see the head sort of kind of force back into the carapace, and its eyes just kind of glaze over. There's no kind of malicious hunger there anymore, and it just kind of staggers and hits the ground dead. You've killed it to death, my friend.
And now I'm just hearing this at the back.
Yeah, behind you.
Okay, so I'll just okay. I'm just gonna move in just one step down. I'm
Okay.
positioning myself there.
Okay, no worries.
That's
So
all
I've
I can do.
removed those two giant spiders. We are up to Lamud.
Would I have heard the skittering coming from there?
It's pretty loud, so I'm going to say you would have, and sound travels down here.
All right. So that would be 25 to get you there.
Yeah.
And
Do you have dark vision?
I do.
You do. You just see at this point. Yeah, I can see that now. You just see at this point hundreds and hundreds of small spiders, and it's like a torch going out. So your grays and your blacks of your dark vision just seem to the movement of all these creatures. If you were to look actually in normal vision, it would look like this. There's this just darkness approaching down the corridor.
Nope.
Nope.
I'm just gonna nope that.
So action nope.
Action nope thorn whip.
Action to nope. Okay, no worries. So
I'll
You're pull them towards you.
you're gonna pull them towards you. Come to me, my pretties.
Hey, they're gonna come this way anyway.
Yeah, two
But
counts of
I don't-
fireball.
I don't think a 7 hits.
I got poor man's
Oh, let's
fireball.
find out. A
This.
sworm of spiders. What is their AC? And that's a 12. That's a miss, unfortunately. Yeah, they just seem to like a murmuration. You take a strike with the thorn whip, and they just seem to move out of the way, and your thorn whip just hits rock. Anything else you'd like to do? Poop?
Bonus action. Yeah. Poop myself a little.
Yeah, bonus action poop. That's it for you?
Yeah, that would be it.
Jaden, let's see your glaive against the swarm of spiders. Let's see how this works out.
Are you?
That's
Is
Is
Lamont
Lamont getting swifty? Cheer on the floor. Sorry.
so I can get there.
Yeah.
And I think I'm just going to let it come towards us.
Come on, me
It
bitches.
is next, and see if Sentinel will help because it has the reach.
You're just gonna
Okay,
you're just gonna pole arm master it?
Pretty much, yeah. That's the
You're
thinking.
You're holding your action, or did you use your action to get there?
You might as well hold your action as well, so you get 2 attacks.
I
Oh, you
don't.
wouldn't.
I think we checked that before, and I don't think that's how that
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah.
If you hold your action, you have to use your reaction to take the
Yeah.
attack.
That's right.
yeah,
of course.
exactly. Yeah. No,
Excellent, excellent. That's what
because
it was.
we had come across that before.
Excellent.
So
Okay.
yeah, no, look, see it coming. Just
Yeah.
stand, plant the feet, and just start spinning the glaive faster and faster and faster.
Okay, and approach you.
Does-
They do. Sorry, go on.
Does Jaden's shout come at me, bro?
Come at me, bro.
Kate
What's up, Jaden?
That's the only reason I'm asking.
It's more of an oh no.
Yeah. Oh no. Okay. 5. 10.
Jaden's related to the teacher, confirmed.
15.
So
This explains everything.
when it gets within reach, which is 10,
Yeah.
hits the
Okay.
glaive. So take that.
So again, you have your torch there, and you just see this blackness. Oh, you're lucky there. You just see this blackness fill the corridor as hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these, and they're not small. They're the size of a large tarantula. You know what I mean? They'd be larger than the palm of your hand, and they're
No,
just
that's horrifying.
they're just making these skittering and screeching noises. But you swing the glaive, a mighty strike. Wow, 20 points of damage.
Yeah. So that's a
you'll-
critical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just double check one
D100?
second. Yeah.
Let me know when you want me to.
Yeah, swarm. A swarm can knock you. I thought something about doing damage to these things, but it's not there. No, you've done 20 points of damage. Yeah, let's do it. Give us your D100 and the critical hit. I mean, a lot of this probably won't apply to a swarm. But, oh Jesus! Critical hit tables. 89. You strike with great force. Well, I think we
Oh no,
we established
it's
that.
raining.
Roll an additional set of damage dice above and beyond your normal critical roll. We had this last time, remember?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's another D10.
Yeah.
By 2 because it's crit, or just
Yep.
a 1D10.
Additional
No.
set.
Roll an additional set of damage dice. So I don't think it's. Did it crit again last week?
Yeah, I think so. It's
Did
double
it?
crit. I don't know.
No,
Yeah,
I think
it
it
did.
was it sneak attack that got rolled
Yeah,
again
it
or
was
something?
sneak
No, it was,
Yeah,
it was
sneak
sneak
attack.
attack, yes.
Yeah, so I don't think
Yeah.
you're yeah. So just roll
So
an
the additional
set of-
1,
set of-
which is additional 4.
Plus
Okay,
small.
excellent. So anyone who's there just sees this wall of arachnids just, and Jaden just run up, set the glaive, and then just goes into this fucking spinning frenzy, and just absolutely eradicates the bulk of the swarm. The rest of them just flee and just skitter around the walls. You've completely annihilated that swarm. And it seems that the danger has passed.
Oh, now.
For now.
Scales is going to smash
you like
one
to
of
do?
the spider corpses with his morning star several times, saying, "That hurt! That hurt!"
Okay, you hear the sickening wet squelch and cracking of carapace.
Now, normally we don't loot, but this is actually something that Lemut would be quite interested in. Is there anything that can be harvested from the spiders?
Yeah, I mean, given the nature of their death, it was pretty grisly. I would say, what do we normally roll for that? Is it medicine?
Nature or medicine, I feel
survival.
like.
Give me a nature check or a survival check with disadvantage. They're badly mauled.
It's singed as well, one of them.
Yeah.
Nah.
7. Which one was that you were looking at? Let's just say
The one Scales
on your
wasn't
top.
beating.
Yeah, so that would be that one. Yeah, it's horrifically mauled and mangled. Now you can open it up and try and see if there's anything in it. That would be a different roll. But couple of egg sacs maybe.
Burn them.
I mean, you can keep them if you wish. Put them in your backpack for later.
No.
For the next long rest.
Just throw them at her.
I'm not an expert, but I don't think spider eggs make a great omelet.
Pocket spiders.
Okay. Anyone else like to do anything while Lemud is kind of picking apart the remains of that spider?
Brendan's going to take a step up to the the webs here, and he's going to fire a firebolt up through them to clear them. It's like burn them away.
Here?
The webs here, yeah, just to burn them away.
Good to know.
Yeah, Fenari's just gonna take his quarter staff.
Okay. It's a little bit chipped. And bitten.
Is the spider fang still in it?
Yes, it is.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna take that.
Yeah, let's give you that as a freebie. Anyone? So Ren, as you shoot the firebolt up, it does clear that passageway of web and stuff like that, and it shoots in at a dull thud as it hits those mushrooms there at the end of the corridor.
Is that your cabin?
Or cave. You hear faint skittering from inside.
There's more up there, and also as Jaden is very likely covered in spider guts, he's going to tap him on the shoulder and cast prestidigitation to clear
He's
him
gonna
off.
shy away from that.
Scales, don't go away too far, please.
Scales, once he's finished smashing, is just backing away from the corpses a bit, and it's going to eat a good berry.
Okay, it gives you 1 hit point, I think, isn't it?
Extra 1 hit point, yeah.
Okay, well, look, every little counts.
Every hit point counts.
Yeah.
Scales, if you need healing, I can give you a bit more healing.
You can? Oh, yeah, that would be good. It's
unsurprisingly, Drew Kane says, lick them.
Yeah, obviously. So there is another first level cure wounds, and it's a 3 of course.
Scales is going to basically once you offer he's eaten his berry, he's going to plop down onto the ground and sit cross-legged with his morning star somewhat gooey across his lap and wait for the healing.
Yeah, so again, just kind of a hand on the shoulder, and yeah, with that one you can kind of see a bit of sweat running down Lemut's forehead. He is beginning to get tapped out a bit on magic.
The noise of the spiders and the music is it's sending chills up my spine.
Good.
The scare, and it's good, great choice.
Hey, if it ain't broke, lick it. This is
For now, we'll just give the spider fang to Lemut. You have more experience with poison and stuff with nature, so yeah. You just take
I'll give it a look over. I'm going to assume that the venom sac is not attached to it.
No, it's not. No. It's just a spider fang.
Yeah. No venom left in this. Probably still stab someone with it.
You're the nature guy, so spiders nature for me.
If you don't want to keep it, I'll definitely keep it. Might find a use for it later.
Jaden and Ren, as you enter this cavern, there's a central pillar that just it's about 20 feet in it's like about 20 feet around, and it goes from the ground to the ceiling, as all pillars do. And you see, as you look up, right at the end of the range and the light that your torch is casting, the flickering shadows, you can see several cocooned humanoid figures.
Nice.
I'm going to take the firebolts and start kind of trying to strategically shoot them down.
Pew pew pew. Roll to hit.
Hit. Not like the cocoons, but the webs supporting the cocoons, so I don't incinerate what's inside if possible.
Yeah, well, as I said, the dice will determine whether that happens.
Yeah. No, my luck, probably not.
Let's see.
Can I, if they seem like they're going to fall and injure themselves, can I just try to cushion the fall?
Yeah.
Yeah, you certainly can. 24.
24.
Yeah. So you just, the fireball shoots up and it casts these eerie shadows as it passes, and you can see there are definitely three. One here, and one here. There's a bit of movement from high up in the ceiling, or on the roof of this cavern, but nothing. It doesn't seem to be well. From what you actually, give me a perception check there.
I suppose the fireball going up there would have illuminated the ceiling briefly as well. So
well, that's why I'm giving you a perception check. Yeah, 14. Yeah, it doesn't seem, whatever's moving up there, it doesn't seem to be as big as the giant spiders were. But there's definitely some movement. And as your fireball bolt hits one of these things, you can see whatever supporting or anchoring web was there. It burns away, and one of these things just goes to fall and then just swings about 30 feet up. And it's just swinging. The whatever other web is there is very, very strong.
I'm gonna take another shot at that second web.
You hear this kind of dull kind of thunk out. It's very dull and dry as it kind of hits the side of the cavern wall.
I'm gonna try to shoot the supporting web. So
okay.
I know this is a terrible idea out of character, but Ren's interested in what could possibly be in these. So 9. For a 15 hit for 9.
For a 15 hit for 9, yeah, that'll do it. And so it's this one here, is it? Or this one?
I was aiming at that one there, because that's the one the clearest.
Which one? Yeah, that one there. Okay, no worries. And as Jaden, you see his firebolt is it looks to be on point, and it's surging towards the last sort of web anchor. Are you going to run to catch it, or are you going to let it?
Yeah. Well, I suppose depending on where it's swinging within the chamber. Yeah,
it looks like it's swinging towards you.
Yeah.
So
I really hope. I feel bad if this is a web sack and it just bursts with spiders all over Jade.
Absolutely.
Fucking hilarious.
That would be the stuff of nightmares that I hadn't thought about. Thank you very much.
You gotta do it.
You know that one video where the guy pokes the fucking thing up in the corner with the sweeping brush, and all of a sudden just thousands. Yeah.
So as this thing just falls, you can hear the kind of swooshing of the other bits of web just trailing off, and sorry, that's a bit too loud. And it just, you catch it like Princess Buttercup in the Princess Bride, just jumping out of the window, and thunk. It's this dry, years old, dried up husk of a thing.
Cool. Well, having caught it, I'll lay it on the ground.
Okay. You're going to unwrap it like a Christmas present?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, I think I will. Okay. Conscious there might be something up there, but
we'll get back to you now in a second.
Loot
it.
I think not looting is starting to become a detriment to us at this point, so we need to start looking.
Give me 1 second now, guys.
I need more gold. Hey, Arthur.
Oh no! Don't move anywhere, Robert. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was just about to drop something for you.
I'm just imagining, Frodo after they fight Shelob.
Do you want to move your token back there, Robert? It's all right. Thank you. A large. The lights go out as a massive globe of darkness just goes. Nobody can see a single thing.
Oh no! Spiders! Caves. I think I know what this is.
Yeah, well, if you do, keep your mouth shut.
Oh no.
The eyes don't.
Oh
Crap.
no.
There we go. And let's okay. Let me get rid of those. Everyone kind of looks around going, what?
Just if I switch my vision to the tiger, am I still in darkness?
Yes.
Dave, can
Yeah.
I at least stand up?
Of course you can. Yeah, of course. Of course.
Perception check with the tiger using keen smell. Can it smell anything strange that it hasn't noticed yet?
Yes,
So
it
not-
can. Yeah.
Not the dead spiders or something
Yeah.
like that.
Do you need a roll for that, or is this just an ability?
Yeah, it's a perception check at advantage.
Yeah, go for it there.
30,
12.
20.
Yeah, there is an oily, leathery smell from high above.
Can I hear anything?
Oily, leathery smell.
Finar, what's your AC?
17.
17 is exactly what it rolled. You feel this dead weight just plop down on top of you, and this this leathery like cloak-like effect just plop down your head and then down to your waist and halfway down your thighs. You just feel your body constricts. Whatever this thing has dropped from the ceiling just lands and begins to crush you. Lamud, we're going to have the same thing happen to you.
AC 15.
That is a 14. You hear this wet, sick, just plop as this thing lands right beside you.
DM,
Yep.
just out of curiosity,
Yep.
don't these things technically get advantage?
I was about to ask the same. He should technically get advantage because I cannot see the attack coming.
That's true. So that's a 23.
I mean,
So
at
that's
least
it.
it's not drow. Like,
Yeah,
not
thanks,
like we're
guys.
attacked by a bunch of drow.
Nice one. Okay, yeah. So cool ability. So Finar, we're going to roll damage for that. Where is my dark mantle? Here he is.
And I am busy
Sorry,
checking.
it should have. Oh yeah, I can just roll it here.
Busy
That
checking
is-
spell.
7 bludgeoning damage for Finar and for yourself. That's 5 bludgeoning damage. As you two, I believe you're now restrained. Dark mantle. So the dark mantle yeah, you guys can read it in chat. I don't know if chat can see the chat. Dark mantle attaches to the target. If the target is medium or small and the dark mantle has advantage in attack roll, it attaches by engulfing the target's head, and the target is also blinded and unable to breathe while the dark mantle is attached in this way. While attached to the target, the dark mantle can attack no other creature except for the target. It has advantage on its attack rolls. Dark mantle speed becomes 0 if it can't benefit from any bonus to its speed, and it moves with the target. A creature can detach the dark mantle by making a successful DC 13 strength check as an action. On its turn, the dark mantle can detach itself from the target by using 5 feet of movement. So let's get some dark mantle music going here.
These things
So
are
you
awful.
can't breathe.
No,
Can't
you're
cast spells.
going to start.
Is that because you're muted? Can they tell us what's happening to them? I don't think they can.
I mean, you can make basic, noises and things.
Yeah, I assume you're under attack, but I mean, I don't know by.
Yeah, but for purposes, I can't use spells with verbal components.
Okay, so everyone, Ren, you can stop moving there. Everyone can roll initiative. Allow me 1 second to pull the turn order up.
I'm off. Someone else enter?
There it goes. Yeah, so let's roll initiative. As you have 2 dark mantles now doing their thing.
That's torch.
Who's rolling for torch? Who keeps rolling for torch?
Me, I'm trying to click me and I keep
And someone else rolled for torch as well.
I did as well.
There we go.
Okay, no worries. Cool. Let me get these
Actually,
guys into the.
Have we realized something's going on, by the way, me and Jaden, or are we?
You might. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you will.
Cool.
Oh, why is this? That's really
Oh, can all of us not see, or just the
fucking torch.
people who are wrapped by the dark mantles?
It's the darkness around the dark mantle.
There's a dark. You should be able to see a kind of a circular globe of darkness there. Why am I not able to select these? Well, because I probably haven't moved them off the GM there, have I?
I will say I am very glad this isn't like a drow attack party. I was worried since they don't survive the 3rd level. Don't go down to the 3rd level. I was like, are we going into is this an Underdark entrance? Are we that fucked?
Stop giving them
it
ideas.
could still be
Yeah,
an
don't worry,
Underdark.
yeah.
True.
Okay,
These things
it
come
sure
from the
could.
Underdark.
Okay, here we go. That one and this one. Bum, bum, bum. Come on, guys. You can do it. No, they can't. Okay, cool. So we're going to arrange the turn order. And first up is Finar. What would you like to do? You cannot see into this. Oh, sorry, in fact, you cannot see out of it. But you've got this thing on you, and it's beginning to constrict and crush.
So I can't attack because I have to make a strength save to get out.
I think you can attack it. I'm pretty sure you can hit it.
Let's see. Yeah, I think you can attack with disadvantage.
Yeah, you can swing at yourself.
Well, attack
like,
the dark mantle. Yeah. So yeah.
It's not like you don't know where it is, kind of thing.
I will argue that anyone who
Awesome
hits
rolls.
dark mantle also
But
hits the creature it's
really-
enveloped, so you're going to take damage.
Stop hitting yourself.
Yeah, pretty much. So what are you going to do? You're going to try and hit yourself, or are you going to try and just
to get,
pull it off like
No.
a scuba suit?
I'm gonna try to take it off.
Okay, roll a strength check, I think, isn't it? Yeah,
Is it-
DC
oh,
13
it's a
strength check
not
is an
a
action.
save.
Well, what would that have been without your?
That would be then. What did I roll?
You got +3 to your strength save, so that would be 12. Exactly what you need.
That's
Yeah.
enough.
Okay, so you manage to detach it, and as you kind of pull this off, you can feel what it has teeth or spines or spikes or something, and they just scrape, and you can feel the skin just kind of peeling aside as you pull this thing off. It hurts. It doesn't do any damage, but it hurts, and plops on the floor. Anything
Well,
else?
so-
That's your action, isn't it? You can move if you
Yeah.
wish.
Okay. I'm just gonna I'll move against attack of opportunity as well. Maybe I don't know.
You wouldn't know that though.
Yeah, that's why I won't know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna try to kick it.
I'm gonna try and kick it. Okay, you rolled it with disadvantage.
That's a normal unarmed strike. 13.
13. So AC is 11. That's a hit.
That's 8 bludgeoning damage.
8 bludgeoning damage. You just extricate yourself from this thing and just throw it in the ground and just let out a hefty kick. Drew Kane says, "What did he say?" Oh,
yeah,
kick
I
it.
just read that.
Kick.
Yeah, and
Okay.
it makes this kind of real noise. Oh, the tiger is in there. Can I just?
Yeah,
add
sorry,
that
I
in there?
forgot. No, it's the turn order's right, is it?
Yeah, cool. Okay, cool. Anything else you'd like to do for now,
That's all I'll do now.
Robert?
I am going to head over to where I knew these people were.
Hard to draw when you're in magical darkness, isn't it?
No, I already draw it.
Oh. Oh no, I did not say that. Show me again.
You should.
Yes. Amazing.
All I see is
All I see is blackness. Anyway, I am going to feel around for what's going on in the darkness.
Yeah, go for it.
Is investigation or?
I mean, you could. Yeah. Well, what's your passive investigation?
13.
Yeah, I mean that would be enough to get to sort of. Oh, sorry. Kind of make your way through. You could probably get to about here, I'd say. And know
Yeah,
there's
okay.
something going on. You can hear coming from near you.
I don't know what monster is making these sounds, but I'm gonna stab it.
go for it. Stab me in the face.
Roll to hit.
Do I get?
it's not necessarily the face. He doesn't know to go for the head.
Right.
And
Your Kane says this is like a really good game of hide and seek or a really terrible orgy.
I mean, technically, Robert, for you it's a straight roll because you flanking and you have disadvantage.
Wait, how do I have flank?
You have disadvantage because you can't see, but you do have advantage because you're flanking. No,
Well,
you don't. You
but no.
don't because he's not engaged with you. He's engaged with this.
which is on top of my head, which is in between him and Fanar.
No, this one is on top of your head. This one has been pulled off. Fernar has dragged this one off.
Okay, that's the one he's attacking. Okay,
So,
Fenar
is attacking this one.
because I mean I can't see Fenar, and
Yeah,
Fenar
exactly.
like
Yeah, you're not going to
can't
get
see the
any
thing.
kind of tactical
Yeah.
advantage.
Does he
you
get
can't see.
sneak? Can this thing not see you? So do you not get hidden?
No,
Or
I
can
don't
see
get
you?
sneak attack
No,
because
you won't get
I'm
sneak So
because
that's
I have-
7 points of damage on this one. That's so you're going to take half
I mean,
that.
does a 10 hit?
Oh, 10. Sorry, no, I thought it was a flat. No, that's not a flat roll. Sorry, yes, you're right. There is no hit there.
Yeah.
So you just your weapon sails harmlessly past. God.
Bonus action. I will. I can't see the creature, right?
No.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to offhand dagger as well.
Okay. It's your first attack. Sails harmlessly wide. Offhand
11?
dagger. 11. That is their AC. That is a hit.
4 piercing damage.
Four piercing damage and 2 to the wearer. So you take 2 points of piercing damage, Lamont.
Oh,
I don't know what it is, but I'm killing it.
You hear it make it, yeah. It's weird. It almost speaks in half Orcish. It's just where you're
Almost,
like,
but it's like
fuck.
it's like some weird monstrous version
Yeah.
of it. It's like
Yeah. Anything else you'd like to do?
no, that's would be
Okay,
my
Ran,
turn.
you're up. Ran, you're up.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at the thing. Yeah, so we just see like a wall of darkness has just kind of appeared in the middle, right?
I mean, it's
It's
yeah,
like it's all. It's like
yeah.
it's
You
not
can see
mad.
where it is. It's around about here. So
So, I suppose like I don't really know. People are fighting in there.
where's your torch, Ren?
It's like under. Like it's in my hand.
Yeah. So if it casts light, let me just.
It kind of just stops at a certain point.
It peters out, yeah, at a certain point. It should do it anyway for you.
Yeah. So
Yeah, you might be able to hear the distant sounds of fighting.
I'll take a few steps towards it and notice that the torchlight isn't shining into it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I suppose. And then can I make? See, I don't really have much I can do in there. So, 1 second. Do I have any spells I can do anything? See, I have nothing I can do without hitting everyone else, like, and doing a lot of damage. So I suppose I'm going to just. Can I make an Arcana check to see if I know what's up with the darkness?
I mean,
Cosmic?
not really. Like you can determine straight off
Yeah.
that it's magical darkness.
Yeah. I suppose I'm just gonna hold my action. I hold a firebolt. If anything comes out, that's hostile. I'll shoot
Okay,
at it.
cool. No worries. Moving on to torch. Who got 16?
That was me, but it's I rerolled as Jaden.
Okay.
So,
Okay, so, yeah,
yeah. So, holding the paring knife, just about to cut open the
yeah.
piece, whatever. But then, your Ren start moving back, losing a lot of light here. So I'm gonna follow.
Yeah.
It's got weirdly like this is magic darkness. This isn't normal.
Okay. Yeah. I think he's gonna rush back. Well, he'll make his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then he's kind of confronted by darkness.
Yeah.
I think he keep doing what he keeps doing and take the breath and plunge in.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah, and that'll be his action to move, but he'll go
Yeah,
1,
go for it.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I don't know if there would have been any attacks of opportunity on that, because he was just going straight line, clambering over what he knew was there. But
yeah, do you get an opportunity attack if you move out of its reach? I think it's only if it moves out of your reach.
No, I'm saying that. That's what I was asking. Does it get an attack of opportunity against me?
Yeah.
But I don't think it does.
No, it's attached to him.
Yeah.
Did you get out?
Yeah, I took it out. Oh,
you got out. So yeah, there will be an attack of opportunity then because it's on the ground. So it's going to use it.
If Scales is right beside it, Scales can hit it though. Right?
No,
no, both of them.
It can do anything. No, it needs to drop from above, doesn't it?
They can attack, but they can't really do much.
It's going to go for its attack. That's an 8 anyway, so it doesn't matter.
But I'm going to riposte it though.
Oh, okay.
You baited it. You got you baited.
So.
Okay, so it's confronted by the darkness. I believe it's in called
the band. So riposte, which is a
creature misses you with a melee attack. You can use your reaction and expend one superiority die to make a melee weapon attack against the creature. If you hit, you add superiority die to the attack's damage roll.
But I don't hit with a 9.
No, you don't. 9. Okay. Anything else you'd like to do?
That's everything I can do.
Okay. Scales.
From approximately here, I'm hearing noises.
Yes.
Okay. Really terribly sorry about this, Lamud.
That's fine.
I'm going to swing.
The fuck up.
What's your passive perception?
12.
12. I would say it's from a little bit further past where you.
Okay.
Where you are now. Sorry. Did you both get them off you? You did, didn't you?
No, I've still got it on my head.
Oh, I'm gonna move it on top of you, so I know. Cool. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
So I'm gonna kind of step towards the noise a bit and swing my morning star at it.
Okay. Roll to hit.
That's at disadvantage, I assume.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah. So that's
a miss.
8. So that was a miss. And then a follow-up with the sickle.
Worse than the morning star. Oh, that's so
Oh my god. Let's see your D100, please. This could go very 21.
Bad. 21.
Shook yourself up. You are stunned for 1 round. Your morning star or your sickle, whichever it was, just swings back and catches you, and the wind knocks out of you.
Boom.
So you're stunned for your next round. You can act the round after that.
Okay.
You're officially stunned now.
And that is Scales' turn.
Stunning, yeah. Next up, this guy's Dark Mantle here. So I do believe it makes an attack with advantage, doesn't it?
It does.
That's a 23 for for 5 bludgeoning.
All right.
And that's all it can do. And moving on to this one. This one is going to use its fly speed to fly 30 feet up. Anyone?
As it does the tiger's range. I just want to find out.
It's
the disadvantage for the tiger.
You can't take attack of opportunity on people that you can't see.
That's true. So there you go.
The reason I'm asking is because the tiger has keen smell, and I did notice the dark man.
Yeah. I'll give you that.
Does it have blind sense though?
No, it doesn't. Hey, I'm fishing for something.
Yeah, no, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. It's not going to break the game.
Okay.
You guys have enough coming at you that I can.
13.
You're going to attack with disadvantage though.
Yeah,
13. It's AC's 11. Yeah, so that hits.
Yeah, 10 slashing.
Just de-winged.
So yeah, just
wanting it.
Yeah, you hear this, and it sounds like the tearing of leather as the tiger just its massive meaty paw connects. You hear kind of a weird kind of weird noise. It doesn't not like really screech, but it just kind of makes this kind of humming noise. And but it does get away. It gets up to 25-30 feet away. So because the tiger doesn't have sentinel, so that's it for its turn. Lamud, you're up.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and get this thing off my head. What was it? A strength check?
Yes, DC 12.
Oh, I am so good at these.
Good.
You're still. You managed to pull it up, and it's almost as if it makes a swallowing motion, and its wings or its leathery form just seems to just go and just deeper again. It's almost got you swallowed up to the ankles now, and you just feel this row of teeth just start to chew on the top of your head.
It kind of feels like one of those head scratcher thingies.
Yeah, pretty much. It's disgusting. And
What would happen if you wild shaped
use
one of those?
torch? Oh, that's Ren, is it?
No.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
Shit around, yeah.
That was the
So is torch gone?
Yeah.
Gone. Okay, tiger.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do a perception check with the tiger, and then you can tell me what I get from that.
Yeah.
22.
22. Yeah, this one of them is definitely flown directly upwards.
So it is where it is, but just high into the air.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much about 25, 30 feet up.
All right.
Smells about the same it smelled before they attacked.
Yeah, I mean the tiger's not going to do much. It's just gonna, let's say, move up to there,
Okay.
and then take the dodge action.
No problem. That it for you?
There is it.
Okay, up to Fanar. Back to Fanar.
Okay, the last thing I remember is the moods. Did I hear that something fell on the mood as well?
You might have. It's hard to tell in the darkness.
Because I just don't want to swing, and I was like,
Yeah, well, I mean, you can certainly try. You've heard everyone but Lamud sort of cry out, and
Don't feel bad about hitting me in the face.
I'm just gonna swing with my. I don't hurt Lemoots that much, but yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna take a swing with my quarterstaff.
Okay.
At disadvantage, right?
Yep.
With a nat one.
Oh, Fanar, what is going on? So roll your D100 again. Wow.
You asked that as if this isn't the norm for her. I'd be more worried if he was rolling that 20s.
Oh, this. Come on.
76. Okay. Devastating error. As a free action, your opponent may immediately make one melee attack with advantage against you as a reaction. I don't believe it can, so let's just nothing happens. You're lucky in this one.
Okay, I'm just gonna unarmed strike.
For Archer 1.
Archer 1.
Oh my god.
New t-shirt
With
idea?
a 60.
Yeah, for Archer 1. That is it's a t-shirt. 16 hits. For
That's
7 bludgeoning. It's gonna move you side there.
No problem.
Second. Okay, so you get this dull kind of thud, like a hand hitting a leather couch, and Lamud, you feel that as well as you take half that damage, 3 points of damage.
I'll be just like, Lemoots, is that you? I don't know.
Okay, is that it for your? Is that it for your round?
That's all I can do for now.
Robert, you're up.
Gonna try again with this thing.
Okay.
I don't know what it is, but I don't like it.
Worst part is Robert's really tired trying to do this too.
That's a 19 to hit. Wow. Okay.
6 piercing.
6
I'll
piercing.
take, I'll take the 3. No, he doesn't.
Because he's in. He's an ally. In
I have
5 feet,
you
so-
have disadvantage. You don't get sneak if you have disadvantage.
So again, you feel that rapier, that satisfying, just moment of resistance, and then it gives, and the rapier just pushes through, and you're just. Sounds like you're doing the job.
16.
Yeah, that's gonna do it again. Jesus,
4
who
piercing.
has the most hit points here? 4
Uh,
piercing. Okay.
I've already taken the 2 for the dagger as well.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. And you still feel that restraint, but it's definitely weaker, Lamud.
Good to
It's
know.
still going though. Anyone else? Sorry,
Oh,
is that it for your turn?
That would be it for my turn. Yeah.
Okay, Ren, you're up.
At this point, Ren's kind of just like, fuck it. He's gonna wander into the dark.
Yeah.
So, I get to here.
Okay.
I'm not within range of anyone, so kind of just gonna make a perception check, I guess, see if I can hear anything.
Sure, go for it.
At the disadvantage, I assume.
Yeah.
7.
Yeah, there's a lot of "Ooh," and kind of dull thuds and exclamations of pain, but that's about it.
It's my turn.
Okay, Jaden, you're up.
Yeah. So I suppose it's a 15-foot darkness, isn't it?
Yes.
So I suppose my question would be, as the one closer to me flew upwards, would I have been cleared from that?
Oh, shit, good question.
From that sphere? And what I'm searching for here is, can I crack out the light crossbow and fire into the darkness, trying to track where the ball is?
Yeah, it moves with it, so that's a fair point. Yeah.
The one on the ground would still be generating a field of darkness as well, though.
I don't know if it would if it's dead. Oh, it's not. Sorry, it's not
the one
dead.
on the
Yeah,
moss,
sorry.
yeah.
The one,
Dead,
yeah. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So no.
No.
Yeah.
Grand. Well, I'll take the extra step, and that'll get me out of everybody's
Okay.
darkness range.
I can see.
Yeah, as you step out, you're just like, ooh, okay.
Okay, so I don't think I'd be able to just track that one flew up again.
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. That kind of scraps that plan.
I mean, if you stepped, if you moved further down, although you can't really see them when they're not moving.
Yeah, no, because they look like
They look like stalactites. Yeah.
Okay, so I suppose turning and looking back,
Mhm.
2 big kind of blobs of darkness. I'm just going to fire into the left one.
Okay.
For see what happens.
The lower one.
Well,
You're just firing straight in here.
yeah, well, more into the higher one, which
Okay, yeah,
in terms
cool.
of,
Yeah.
and look, if that means extra AC or whatever, that's fine. But
Cool.
can I
Okay.
just
With disadvantage.
take the punt?
Yeah.
That's a big
you
one
just-
up. Yeah, that's about right.
and it just skitters off. Whatever's on the wall of the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it for you?
That's it for me.
Scales, you're stunned.
Still stunned.
Yeah, you will get your go next turn. This one here is going to make another attack roll against Lamud. Oh my god, it's ridiculous. I can still do this. Oh, 13.
Has not hit.
Not hit. Okay, that's all it can do this round. The other one is going to move. Where is it?
It's under the tiger.
Yeah, thank you. It's going to move. Yeah, it's going to just try and drop again. So I shouldn't have done that. I'll just leave it beside you. There we go. Here we go. As you hear this, like the sound of a tarpaulin falling through the air, and it hits you with a 21 for now.
That's definitely a hit again.
Yeah. So detach itself to you. That's 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
These things suck.
Yeah, they really do. They're horrible creatures. That's all they can do. Lamud, you're up.
Mark says these stalactites are going to unleash their stalagmite.
Yes. Drew against the stack, maybe. Okay, Lamud, you're up.
Seeing as I couldn't get it pull it off my face, I'm just going to use Primal Savagery.
Okay.
18 to hit
Yeah, that hits.
for 5 acid.
Yeah, that'll do it. As
kind
you
of
just-
the
you
claws
just- you
rake
just- Yeah,
growing out and raking it off my face.
yeah, and as you do that, you feel them sort of tear through whatever leathery skin this thing had, and you start to scrape your own face. You know, like not enough to do damage, but yeah, you just pull the thing off you, and it is indeed. Anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
Yeah, I'm getting attacked from all angles, so I was there. So blindly gonna stumble. What I would probably be, by the time I get there, I'll be out of the cloud of darkness.
Cool. Fanar or Scales, would you like to take an opportunity attack?
Well, am I still stunned?
No, I'm only joking. I mean, you can like Robert
No, you
can
can't
if
see
he
him.
wants to.
Can't see him.
On me.
I
Can't
can't
see
see
him.
the
Yeah,
person,
true.
so
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
I
Fair,
don't
yes.
know.
Yeah, that's fair. It was just for comedy reasons anyway. That's it for Lamud then, is it?
Robert just sticks it out.
No?
So get to there, see Jaden, I'm like,
Well, you're still in the darkness there.
okay, so by the time I get
Yeah,
there, I
there
should
you
be
go.
out of it. So yeah, I was like just pointing back, saying,
Pulling bits off yourself.
in there,
I'm sure there's something in there, but looks of it.
and then I'm just gonna make it another 5 feet, and then just turn around and wait and watch.
Just the two of us.
Okay, Tiger, you're up.
Standing and watching.
Yeah. Tiger's gonna take a swing at whatever this thing is. It heard it plop down next to it.
Okay.
So
Roll
just
to hit with disadvantage.
with the claw.
That's
Eight's gonna
an
miss.
8 miss. Anything else Tiger wants to do?
No, nothing.
Moving on to Fanar.
Here we go again.
Punch.
I'm gonna try to take it off again.
Yeah.
Last time I encountered these, I was playing an Echo Knight, so I just had my Echo just assault me.
Oh,
I was like,
no,
I had my
unfortunately.
Echo beat the fuck out of me.
So that's anything else you want to do?
Bonus action, I'm just gonna try to hit it with my fist.
Okay, so you're just
Yeah.
okay.
One
Also
hit
the
punch.
Just speed bag it.
Oh, never mind.
10. Yeah, unfortunately, that's one below their AC. So no, you're just too bound up. It has your hands sort of constricted against your chest.
I'm gonna try something. While it's on me, can I move?
I don't see why not.
Yeah.
Hopefully they will get the. I'm just gonna try to run towards.
Sure, what? Jump in the water and see what happens.
Not again.
I want to run and get. I want to run out of reach of Scales and the Tiger, see if they might take an opportunity against
yeah.
me.
I can't see.
I'm just gonna move.
Okay, does the
yeah.
tiger want to make an attack of opportunity?
Sure, why not?
I'll give the tiger one because of its keen sense of smell, but anyone else doesn't.
Why not? Disadvantage.
20 or a 20. Yeah, well, I think we'll take the 20. So what's the damage? 10 slashing.
10 slashing.
Yeah, that's enough to do it. As you take 5, my friend.
Worth it.
Yeah. And it just flop. You can feel that constriction just sort of just weaken, and you just manage to pull it off like one of those one of those old parka jackets with the hood, with the zip that got stuck. The zip got stuck. You pull it up that way, and it just goes flop.
Oh.
Okay, that is it. That darkness disappears. I'll do that during the break. But that is so. I think we're going to take our break now, as you guys have been well and truly sort of tenderized. We will thank you for sticking with us, guys. We'll see you guys on the other side, maybe in about 10 minutes.
Cool.
See you soon.
Welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us, chat. By the way, we are just at the arse end of the combat, which is a good thing because our characters and our friends are in a bit of a bad way. Finar and Scales are taking some heavy damage. I do believe Lamud is not looking great either. So yeah, you can see these leathery things on the cave floor now, and the tiger sort of sniffing around the place. What would you like to do?
Yeah, there's something moving on the ceiling back there, and
it's not Lionel Richie.
We had stuff moving.
Jaden, you saw it, right? Up on the website.
Possibly. I mean, well, I was about to just check what the story was with that body, but
okay.
If you want to, yeah, come on, you, and let's
let's get back to what we were.
Let's back to what we were doing.
You guys are worried about back there. We just had some freaking
we didn't see, but we saw. If you get what I mean, we saw.
So you guys yeah. So you're just making your way inside, and Jaden, would you like to give me an investigation check for that?
Yeah.
Mummified Husk.
Investigation.
17. So as you tear the this dried web away, whatever was spun up and left to dry and then had its innards sort of just sucked out. You can see there's not much left of it, but the first thing you do uncover is the remnants of what would have been like a half elven face. It's kind of like the ring. It's just its face, its dried face is frozen in terror, and the kind of last gasp that it had as it was slowly devoured, as it was paralyzed. But you do see there are some rotten rags and robes that it was wearing. It definitely wasn't armored. And what you do find as well is it has a kind of a leather, an intact leather belt with almost like Wild West bullet holes. Bullet holders, but there's 3 of them, and you can see there's 2 pieces of wood that look to your to your limited experience would look like wands. They're both snapped, but one of them seems to be intact. And with a 17, you also find a rotting book.
Sorry, Dave, to interrupt, but Tiger's keeping an eye down the passage we just came.
Okay, so he's staying there, is he? And he's looking down here.
If it fits, he sits.
I would like to move so I don't get
sat upon
soloed.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Glenn was kind of looking in there with Jaden as they were digging it, because he was helping take the thing down. Can I make an Arcana check to see if I recognize the bed?
Well, it depends really on Jaden. Were you sort of keeping this hidden, or were you?
I suppose it's very much more mechanical than that. It's cut it open,
it's there.
Spread the web, and then have a look. See, I don't know that he would. I suppose.
Oh, I'm not specifically. I'm
not sure he would register that it would be, a magical wand. Probably hasn't come across that before, but would recognize that possibly something magical.
Definitely would be.
And so he'd look around at the group who've all followed him in and go, does anybody know what these are? Is this useful to anybody?
If it can take 10 minutes, I could try to figure exactly.
Well, how about we get the others down? How about we get the others down?
Yeah, cut the others. I'll start doing the same thing, blasting at the sports.
Okay, let's get some rolls. Let's get some rolls to hit as you just start casting these firebolts up and hoping
So
that
anyway.
you don't completely incinerate the thing that you're trying to.
Well,
Down
question:
here.
if I fired up a magic missile, could I just like take off the sports of them all with
Pew,
the
pew, pew.
individual
For the
missile?
sake of brevity, let's say you can. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll spend the first level spell slot and
Oh,
just.
I mean, it's
like,
force
take them all.
damage, but you know, if you want to trade a spell slot for
Yeah. Get them
just
all
to
down.
get them down, yeah, just for the sake of moving things on, I'm like cool with that. So, let's just. They're wrapped up enough as well that they just hit the deck with a dull thud. You know, they don't really need to be caught. So, is that you finished with this one, Jaden?
I suppose I'll take out the book and just kind of scan through it.
Okay.
Doesn't really make much sense to me. Is there anything readable in it?
A lot of the pages are they're sort of destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can see that there's kind of fang marks through some of them, and maybe the poison, but it did like dissolve a couple of pages. It's hard for you to tell, where page 3 begins and where page 7 ends. So you're very you're unsure as to whether it's useful or not.
If I write in it, does it start writing back to me?
No, look, I'll toss it. I suppose both that and the wand into the middle of the floor as potentially useful bits, but
The wand just explodes in a fireball.
Nothing. It doesn't really mean anything to me.
True Kane says it's busy at Mat 6. That's a very Irish specific joke.
Yeah.
Fenor, just want to check because you remember the one soldier that said we must look for ruins. See if there's maybe something like that.
Oh yeah, what's his face? Starts. Oh, I forget his name. Notes.
Fancy McBens.
Valder.
Oh, Valders.
Yeah, dick shit.
Said that you must look for what?
Runes.
For ruins.
Well, he didn't say you have to. He said we fine.
We can find, but
runes. Sorry, runes. I thought I said runes. Yeah, runes. Yeah.
sorry.
No, yeah. Look, yeah. If you find anything of that nature, it will definitely be a big reveal, and I will make sure to let you know. But nothing as of yet.
What do the robes look like?
They would have been a very deep blue with a kind of a yellow and white trim with kind of almost like Aztec designs on the hems. But they're ruined now. They're in bits.
So while they're busy dealing with the corpses, I just want to check out these mushrooms over here. Anything?
No, they're not edibles.
Harvestable.
Roll me a nature check, please.
I get advantage on that because of my herbalism kit.
Excellent. Go for it. Drew Kane says lick them.
I will lick them later.
15. Okay. I mean, they're not something you have encountered yourself, but through your training and through your experience and speaking with other druids and farmers and people who are in the know, you do identify these things that through a process they could be refined into an anti-paralysis draft. So
definitely harvesting.
You could use you would have enough for one go. You would have to make a nature check to brew it, or Arcana, whichever you're better at. It would be commonly used with kind of mixed with some other easily found items. So you can write that down in your in your character sheet that you can potentially brew some sort of anti-paralysis potion. Now, which will not work against a magical whole person, but may work against natural paralysis poison.
All right.
I'm gonna start working on casting identify
says,
on
brew
the
it.
wand.
You're gonna start. Okay, so you're gonna take 10 minutes out and do the wand.
Well, yeah. While everyone's looking through the other things that I've now knocked onto the ground, I'm gonna identify the wand.
Okay. Hell to the Halo says brewed mushroom soup. Yes, please. Okay. Anyone else want to do anything while we're here? You've two more cocooned unfortunates lying there on the ground.
I'll help them open it up.
Okay, which
It
one?
reminds
I'll
me.
watch.
It reminds me. I'll also. Oh no! Wait, my dagger that I threw came back to me. I forgot. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm good.
yeah.
It's like a belt of returning that doesn't return. It just bounces.
Yeah.
Just gives you a
Yeah.
belt. Okay, so move your token over to whichever one you're going to examine.
I don't know where they are, but I'm assuming
See
one
here
of them.
and here.
Oh.
Yeah, this
Yeah, I
one's
couldn't
already
see that
been
far.
done.
Yeah, I couldn't see that far.
Yeah, there you go. They're horribly cocooned.
Yeah, I'll go to this one.
This one here. Okay, so yeah, it's tightly wrapped, and again, it smells dry and old. As you touch it, it's kind of the web begins to disintegrate and just kind of cloud up. It's been there a long time. Are you going to tear into it?
Cut it open with my dagger.
Okay, as you put the dagger in and cut open it, about like 8 or 9, well, like hand-sized spiders and just skitter out and just climb up the walls. You're not attacked, but you've definitely disturbed them. So as you begin to unwrap this, you can see the things that have survived the most would be the leather trousers and leather armor. There's 2 daggers by its side, but the face again it's just dried and sunken in. Anything that was juicy or nourishing has been just sucked out.
You put out your future self.
So there's a set of leather armor and 2 daggers.
What's the armor look like?
It's
Same as mine?
Well, this humanoid would have been maybe about half elven or a small human size. It looks. I mean, once you clean it off and pour some water on it and stuff like that, it definitely looks like it would be a better quality than what you have. So.
Yeah, but I don't feel like wearing old dusty person armor, so
Okay.
I'll just grab the daggers.
No problem.
Is
You grab
it
the daggers.
Normal leather armor.
It's hard to tell.
Well, bring it up. Like, bring it over. Like I look.
It's not studded leather or something.
No, it's normal leather. Sorry,
Okay.
I thought you were asking if it was magical.
He's being vague when you said if it's magical. But you need to check it. Lick it, you'll find out.
I'll just
Magic makes your tongue go fuzzy when you lick it. Everyone knows this.
I'll take the daggers. Anyone who wants to get the
Okay,
armor
one of the
off that
daggers
person.
is it seems to be either silvered or made of silver.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, nice.
Over dagger, nice. It's useful.
And this cocoon with Fenari standing, is that been searched or anything?
Nope.
No.
So he's going to try to search that.
Okay, give me a perception check as you do that.
A perception check. Oh.
With advantage.
Oh, with advantage.
Yeah.
7. 18.
18. Yeah, so you can see as this thing has kind of hit the deck, there's a very, very thick strand of web that is sort of, almost stretched out or just kind of stayed. It's still attached to the corpse and wherever it was up the top there. And as you look up, you can see something lodged up there.
Pull it.
Pull it.
You know you asked for that.
No, the turn. Don't pull it. The turn order came up.
I'm tempted to
Turn order hasn't gone.
Oh, was it not? Oh, right. I thought it was
Investigate
gone.
that now.
Yeah. I was like, no.
I'm gonna try to yank it down to see what comes.
Okay,
down.
give me a quick strength check. It's just for comedy value.
It could be so many
Just see if
things.
you roll a 1.
Drew Kane says it's Web 2.0.
Ace, that's enough.
8.
As you pull it down,
Rockfall.
You're pulling, and then it just gives, and it just shoots towards you, and you just duck to the side, Neo style, and you hear this kind of dull kind of wooden thunk as you look down beside you, and you pull the web away. It looks to be a quarterstaff.
It's fate.
It's
Up in the sky.
This one has runes etched up and down the side of it.
Ooh, fancy.
Is it a thwack staff?
Okay.
It also it's iron shod on each end as well.
Nice.
No, I'm gonna take
The
it.
sign.
Can I like identify what it is? Like
It's
the,
a stick with
ruin?
2 iron shods in the end of it.
I will identify everything.
If you want to bring it over to Ren, who's
Yeah. Just put it in
busy,
the pile. I'm
busy kind
casting
of
magic.
using his dagger to etch this kind of runic circle in the loose soil that sits on the ground.
Yeah, I'll just go over to it
In the
and
circle.
just like
Certainly do that, yeah.
I just like walk out and I just like throw the stuff like I threw the rope against him like.
Yep. No worries. Either someone catches it or it lands there. And that's about the extent of it.
Is the
And,
web sticky?
Very.
Okay.
Don't eat it.
I wasn't eating it, okay? If it wasn't sticky,
I
I
don't
was
know.
going
See,
to have
scales
like
might.
plaited a bit of it together because it was really strong. But if it's sticky, I probably tried to do that and then spent about 10 minutes like rubbing my hands off on my pants trying to
it
get
stuck to the
sticky
fingers
off.
and you're and then
Oh,
it
it's like
sticks
when
in
you
your
get
hand. You
super
rub it
glue on
off,
your
you
hand.
stick,
and
you
it's like,
rub it on your shoulder, it sticks to your shoulder. Yeah, it's just a
but
pain
the
in the
scales
hole.
not work like sandpaper to get it off though.
I'm sure it'll come off eventually, but that's
It
basically
does.
what I've done
I
during
can
the
get it
whole
off.
time that you've
No
been
worries.
doing Identify.
Anyone
Don't.
else like to do anything during the identify spell?
I'm just gonna go look at those. No, I don't want to be alone. Yeah, no.
Oh.
Would someone
wait
have
for
dragged
you
the
guys.
armor over as well, just because so we can get everything, make sure nothing's not magic, like
Yeah.
don't miss anything.
You want to go somewhere, Robert?
I want to go look at the things we killed.
Yeah, I'll wander over it, would you?
Yeah.
I don't know what he's doing out there, so
Yeah, I'll come with as well. I'll leave the tiger here.
I wasn't able to get a good look at them
yeah, let's leave
when they
the
jumped
wizard
us.
to do his thing all alone.
Get a staff of fire. I get. It turns out it's a wand of fireball, and I'm like,
Okay.
Okay, cool. So while you're doing that, you guys are going to go out and look for where did I put them? Anyway, it doesn't really matter. They're around about here. So they're these conical, leathery things with kind of like these kind of membrane, like almost like bat wings, but they go around in a kind of a conical fashion. It literally like looks like, you know, a huge, massive leather helmet that you would put on a giant or something. And in the inside, there's these kind of sharp rows of teeth that are if you pull them off, that they're like designed to grip in and kind of stay put. As some of you have felt the effects, you've got these horrific scrapes up the side of your head. They're dead, but they still seem to be making these. There's just a weird passage of air that seems to be coming through from the center out, almost as if they're breathing, but when they were alive, they weren't breathing. It's weird.
you killed them to
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
Okay, that's weird.
Robert, was there something specific you wanted to go look at?
No, I just wanted to get a good look at them. I didn't get the opportunity to draw them
Yeah.
when we saw them because I couldn't see them.
Anything else you guys would like to do while we're out there?
In regards to the webs, Drew Kane says, "Stick it."
Can I grab one of the torches that are on the ground here that we left and just fire it across the river or
Yeah,
whatever?
go for it. Yeah.
The torch is just
Throw it
because
over
I
there.
can't see, so I'm just gonna.
Roll a So it just gives a d20 there, and let's just see if
Yeah,
you fuck it up. If you roll a 1, it goes in the drink.
grand. Where is it?
Hey, one's is fantastic.
Panicking.
Can't move.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
at least you didn't double one and nearly burn down a house.
Okay, so let's go back to Ren. What have you got in the circle?
So I have the armor, the wand, the book, the leather belt.
Hold on. So the
And the staff.
armor first is leather armor +1.
Cool.
The wand is a wand of Melf's acid arrow.
Oh, that's a good one.
It contains 6 charges, but it does not recharge.
Doesn't recharge, so it's a single.
No.
Yeah, that's still a good one.
What else?
And the
The-
staff.
Yeah, the staff.
Staff is a quarter staff +1.
Cool.
Was there anything on the daggers?
I
There's one
didn't put
silver
the daggers in the
They're
pile.
not. The silvered one is in the pile, is with him. He didn't put them in the pile.
and
Oh,
then I
Did you not?
No,
Okay, no worries.
We knew it was
Not-
silvered though.
there
neither
was
one
two.
of the daggers.
There were 2
didn't
daggers.
assume-
One was silvered and one was a kind of a regular dagger.
Yeah, I didn't put them in because I didn't suspect them of being magical.
Okay, do you want? Right, that's fine. Well, Ren can either cast it again, or he can. He
Yeah,
can
I'll cast it again.
Spend a
along that.
spell slot. You gonna wait another 10 minutes?
Yeah, like if he brings them back home, yeah, I'll cast it again.
I'm not going to
Wouldn't
take
do
it
that.
back. So
And then the spell book, I think, was the only other thing.
Yeah, there are. It's pretty badly damaged, but Ren, you find that there are still three spells there.
Cool. Do I know what spells there?
You do. Lehman's tiny hut,
Oh, yes,
lightning bolt,
yes,
counterspell.
yes. Nice. Fuck, let's
Jesus.
look.
It's a nice spell.
This is
Yeah.
such a good spell book.
this dude just
I rolled for
arrived.
them earlier, and it was pretty well. It was pretty shit because there could have been quite a few in it, but there was only 3 third levels when I rolled. But,
That's
but they're-
fine.
but
I
they're
will
decent
take
spells.
those are 3 that I was gonna pick at my next level, like over my next level ups. So that has saved me so
Right.
much versatility.
Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. You are gonna need them.
Yeah, Ren is gonna.
Yeah, this was a fairly well kitted out party, but
Was the belt magical at all? Actually, that had the wands in it.
no,
Cool. Well, Ren's gonna take that.
it's handy though. It looks pretty badass.
Yeah, Ren's gonna take that and then stick the wand in it, and then
Okay.
his dagger, like mount his dagger to the side.
There are there's like say 3 loops there, 3 loops there. Sorry, so 3 loops on say
Each
the
side.
front left of your torso, 3 loops there, and then 3 there and 3 there. So you can attach whatever you want. You can attach potions or whatever else.
Just late game, Ren is just wearing a hat with fucking wands. He's just there in the middle of the town, just like
yeah.
this town
Um,
ain't big enough for the 2 of us.
And that's about it for you. That's about it for everything you find there. Anything else you guys would like to do, or where would you like to go?
Keep pushing on.
Pushing on. Go.
Are you? I mean, we can push it on. I'm just saying, if anyone gets hurt, there's not going to be much healing left.
Yeah, I think.
I'm
I
also
think we
really
need to.
down.
I think we should leave.
I say that.
It's only been 10 minutes, 20 minutes
leap
max.
from the face.
It's been an hour and a half. I don't think.
Hasn't
Something
been an hour
tells
and
me.
a half.
No, well,
Since,
the long short rest
since we
and
came
then-
down.
Yeah, so I don't think Asher's. I don't think he's still there.
Jawbreaker says, deeper.
I mean, I'm all for going
Uh,
deeper into this mine. I'm just saying, if
I'm
we
good
do
with
it,
either, but I just don't.
I would like to take a
Okay.
rest.
Yeah, but I mean, this is a bit of a hostile environment to take a nap in. You know?
Things like
I mean, both of those are true.
Either.
Both of those are true.
As Bren is just peeing in the corner, he's like, "Yeah, no, it's a bit cold."
Well, I mean, that cave back there, there's only one way in that we found so far.
Except up.
No. So back here, where the tiger still is. I mean, there's
Yeah,
literally
no,
one
but
entrance.
the
I mean-
creatures were up.
Yeah, but I mean, as you are now, can you fight 2 more spiders?
I
These
mean,
spiders are fine. It's the things that I
Respect-
don't know.
respectfully, I mean, people charged in without due consideration. Structure and process may help prevent against all that,
Yeah,
that
this is
kind of.
collecting torches.
Scales is just taking torches from people's backpacks and lighting them and walking around. Like,
Oh no, little Scales.
Uh,
So what'd you like to
mean-
do? Let's make a call.
if the party wants to travel on, we travel on.
Away.
Fenar wants to take a torch and to throw it all the way. See how far I can throw it to this side.
You have to ask Scales for one.
Run away from
Oh yeah.
mine shaft. Run away.
Scales is going to take up fire juggling or something, I think.
There's one over
Can we
here.
leave this mine?
Fanar, there's one over here.
Yeah, Ren could probably teach Scales how to do that, honestly.
So it's a dead dark mantle.
Yeah. So you want to throw one? Yeah. So there's one thrown over here already.
Do we see anything? Do we see anything from where we are in those chat? Like,
It looks like from here across the river seems to be running quite fast.
there's a bunch of weapons on the ground.
Yeah, I mean it's really hard to tell from where you are. You'll have to cross over.
But we can't cross. Well, there's something down this way.
I'll just
What's down that way?
This is
I'll
another
just stay
bridge.
close to
There's another
Jaden
bridge.
as he's moving.
Who's beside the river? Fanar and Scales give me a. Just throwing torches. Fanar and Scales give me a perception check, please.
Perception. Yeah, Scales is definitely distracted by playing with fire sticks.
Fanar, underneath the water, you swear you see someone or something struggling and sort of trying their hardest to get up for air.
Oh, this is super detailed, even under the water. Kate,
And as
what the hell?
as you lock eyes with this thing, it seems to come through the water, and you hear this shriek as it's
Oh, no.
you see you haven't locked eyes with eyes. You've locked eyes with what are like sunken pits for eyes, and then it just goes back under the water and seems to be sort of dragged along with the current.
Nope.
Safe to say we don't want to go in the water.
You feel like chills run up your spine, as this was clearly something that was not alive.
So I say
Whatever
we
we do,
leave.
Leave.
I am shooketh.
Yeah, it was terrifying.
Just like the
Whatever
forest, we'll be back.
Whatever we do, don't fall in the water. Oh wait, I must tell that to me.
I mean, it seems to be a fairly intact bridge over here. If you want to try. Now,
fairly.
as you take a step back and look at the river, you don't see any more of those.
Is there any loose rocks nearby?
Oh yeah, loads.
Yeah, I kick one into the river. Wow, does that even happen?
Lunk.
No giant like squid monster.
No, nothing like that. No.
Okay.
This was definitely some sort of humanoid that looked like it was drowning and trying to get to the surface. And when it locked eyes with Fanar, it sort of seemed it's weird. Give me an insight check, Fanar.
Okay. Oh, just close my page. One moment, please. Inside the check.
10. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not. It's you just you get the vibe that almost by making eye contact with it, you almost gave it the will to break the surface, and it looked at you hungrily.
But did it feel like danger, threatened type of?
Oh yeah, it felt terrifying. It felt like it like wanted to suck the life force from your body. It was it was absolutely terrifying.
Did it look corporeal or?
No, it did not.
Okay, yeah, that's even worse. Good thing we have a silver dagger though. That's gonna help.
I think we must stay away from the river and just keep
Completely.
pushing,
Okay,
push
Scales and
through.
Jaden, you're moving down here. Okay, what are you investigating?
So I was still looking primarily
Scales
for
is
the.
just-
Sorry.
Scales is
ahead.
just walking around looking around. He's not investigating really.
Jaden is looking
Okay.
for that elusive way out.
Okay, no worries. And you feel a draft from this direction here.
Jaden is absolutely going to follow up on that.
Okay, as you move closer and closer, you see there is some sort of spiral staircase. It's similar to the one that you came down to this level from, but as you go down about 10 feet or look down about 10 feet, it's completely blocked off.
All the way down to level
Like
3.
some sort of cave-in has happened.
Sorry, was it going up or down, did you say?
It was going down.
We don't want to go there.
Push the big red button.
No, Zane, don't push the red button.
Scales, you
The
find
mud is
like a
about to
bunch
die.
of destroyed pickaxes and tools and things like that.
Does it look like the wall had a wall slide or just debris that's been abandoned to one side?
Give me an investigation check, please.
Oh, that's not too bad for Scales, actually. 17.
Something massive came through from the other side. And as you move the bits of rock and things,
Drew,
you can see some very, very
Drew Kane says pick it.
Pick it. And as you kind of shift the rocks and stuff, you can see some very, very dark brown, what looks like old blood stains. That are going towards the cave in now. So it looks like something.
Create a way out this way.
No, what it looks like what happens is something massive came through, attacked what was mining here, and either ate or dragged most of them back through. And as it came back through, some sort of burrowing creature, the tunnel collapsed as it went back in.
Okay, Scales is going to back away from the wall.
Okay.
Just
Jaden,
a
you
bit.
can see that. I mean, there's no way down here. Like you could spend a week and you might get 20 feet.
Cool. I mean, again, this is just assess and move on.
Yeah. Okay. Is that it? You're heading off.
Well, I suppose just
Cool. Good to know.
It's almost like an amaze. Arm on the left hand side, just work your way around the edge just to make sure you've kind of checked every possible entrance.
I think Ren would have explained what happened over by the river to the others that weren't present as well.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and explain it. I'm dying to hear this.
Yeah, so we were looking in the river. Finar specifically was looking in the river, and something that very much was not alive kind of screamed at him. So don't go in the water.
Is this another fake dog?
No, I got the vibe it's undead.
Big dog.
I mean, is this something that you pulled?
No, it's not me.
Not a prank, bro.
It's just a prank, bro. It's just a prank,
But if you want to know what it looks like, Ren will then cast Minor Illusion and kind of recreate it.
Okay. Cool. So, Finar, are you gonna?
Finar walks around the corner.
Are you going to attempt to cross this bridge?
On his own?
Well, the party is going down. Never split
There's
the
another
party,
one.
so it will be just go
Oh,
back.
okay, no worries. You guys are around about here now. What would you like to do?
I guess, are we crossing these bridges?
I mean, you can when you come to them.
But Nari's not going to go first.
Someone just
There's
check,
a there's
check
a
the
pl-
bridge before we cross.
there's a plant-looking thingy majigger over here.
Where?
Where's
Where-
oh no?
where-
Who
where's
took my
Scales?
torch?
You lost all your torches.
Well, I think, to be fair, I took one. Like,
Kate from
as
Mitsumap
Scales
says.
so fast.
Kate from Mitsumap says, "Do you like my bridge?"
I do like your bridge. Also, Kate, what is that
yeah,
down
if-
the bottom of the water? It's like
Yeah,
You'll find out.
terrifying.
Kate, I'll cross it
these things
when I
here
get
are
to
like
it.
they're like dried up and withered vines. There's nothing.
Can I set
mean-
them on fire?
Oh, you certainly can. Yeah. Do you want to?
Yeah.
Okay. They go up like a fucking tinderbox.
Are those fish actually there? It's important. Are the
No,
still
they're
animals
not.
there?
You need to stop fixating on the still assets that are there. And just,
I need to know.
and just appreciate the overall vibe.
Hey, the cows were there that time, so I just,
Yeah, okay.
Sure, Kate. I believe you. It's very safe.
Okay, who's going over the creepy rickety bridge first?
Fenor doesn't like bridges and locks. So
Well, look, if it'll hold me, it'll pretty much hold everybody.
That's fair.
So,
Yeah.
You're in heavy armor.
So I'm gonna say goodbye to the tiger for now. I'm
Okay.
gonna dismiss.
Bye bye, kitty.
Bye, Kitty.
As an entry question, does he weigh anything? But yeah.
Yeah.
Scales.
What's
You could have sent him
the
over.
theoretical? Yeah.
It looks like Scales is just on fire running around.
Stop applying your logic to my fantasy game.
Yeah. I will, however, take out some rope, tie it around my waist, and just hand it, or attempt to hand it to Lamud.
Yeah,
Jaden hands it to you, and you kind of wrap it around your forearm, give it a good tug. Realizes he probably weighs about 220 pounds with the armor on, and go, yeah, I've got this.
I pass the extra length to Scales as well.
Scales.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll help them as well.
The rope catches fire.
Okay, are you gonna give it a go?
Gonna give it a go.
Okay, so move yourself across using the Alt key.
We just do that.
Yeah, okay.
Pause there if there's anything.
No worries. So as you get to about here, I'm gonna need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Yeah, grand. Let me just do that.
The DC is very low.
Dex, did you say?
Dex saving throw, yeah.
Dex saving throw.
Yeah.
Are we going to pull?
Sorry, no, you can. Yeah. Do you know what? You can roll that again. I meant to say acrobatics check. It's not a saving throw. It's not an effect that's happening to you. That's a 19. Yeah. Your foot goes through. One of the planks breaks, but you manage to just pull your foot up, and you're grand.
And I suppose does that get me to the entire distance?
It gets you to the rock. Yeah. I mean, you could probably jump that if you want to make another acrobatics check, or you can walk across the rickety bridge, whatever you like.
I think I gotta throw out the request and see can we do athletics to jump.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
You land halfway on the bridge, go through it.
That's a 9. You make it to about there, and your foot slips, and you manage your chest lands on the edge, and 2 feet go through the bridge into the water. The bridge doesn't detach. The wind's knocked out of you, and you're like, you manage to climb up. It's not pretty or impressive looking, but you got there.
Okay. Well, at that point, I will look for a torch to be tossed over, so I can.
If only we had someone who had a torch.
I know.
Scales
will take the torch he had held kind of like in a crook in his tail. He'd kind of like move one torch to his hand with the other torch, and then he'll get the torch that was kind of like tucked into the crook of his tail, and he'll toss that one across to you.
I mean, Robert will also try to throw his torch, but because he's a weakling, it'll get to like here and just fall in the water.
So what am I throwing the torch with? Is it strength or?
I mean, just roll strength or something.
Let's just roll make a ranged weapon.
It's not really a weapon. Like, look, just don't roll a 1 and whenever you roll, it's not a point.
Cool.
12, yeah.
You roll the 1, you hit Jaden in the back of the head.
2, okay, great.
I'll just pick it up and then toss it down the corridor there. Just
no worries.
Again, just
You're
to
on this side now.
then kind of making sure that there's nothing coming up behind me. I'm gonna turn around and I suppose plant my feet and just steady the rope around my waist and in my hands. See if anybody else wants to come over.
No problem. So I would get everyone to just roll now that you have the rope, just roll a d20 with advantage, or roll acrobatics with advantage.
We use athletics.
Whatever you like. Just don't roll a 1 on whatever you roll.
I don't want athletics. I don't know why I asked that.
So you would need to roll 2 1s really, because you would have advantage. So I mean, Robert rolled 2 1s, but it was an 11. But
I don't have advantage.
Oh yeah, tired.
Oh yeah, very true.
Yeah,
Anyway,
of
so,
I have a point to
everyone
this
makes it across.
Yes. Figure
You
if
can
I
put-
didn't get
you
in
can put
that
yourself
one.
in What?
If I didn't get in that one for finally.
Finally, exactly. Well, I mean, look, there's plenty of time. There isn't.
I have to come back.
The night's still young.
So where'd you like to go now? Again, just that rushing water sound. Anyone got a passive perception of 15?
No.
13.
I
Soon,
got
Dave.
15.
Soon. Just wait till level
Okay,
6.
no
come
worries,
on.
no worries. Nobody hears anything particularly creepy.
What's the pot
Dave-
thing?
What's the pot? This?
Thing I'm at.
Yeah, it's a large cauldron.
Dave,
Can I set it on fire?
I mean, it looks like it's been sat on a fire like for many meal times, but okay, it's this little pot of horror. Yeah, I mean, look, it's a cauldron. You chuck the torch in, it flickers around and reflects the light eerily, but it doesn't, unless you fill it with oil, it's not really going to take off. You can have your torch back though.
Oh, I got my torch. I'm going to collect that torch.
Okay.
You notice how Scales has set more things on fire than I have this session?
Yeah.
Scales-
So who
Scales
was
is
talking
like-
to me a second ago? Was it Robert?
Board.
No.
Dave,
Jonathan?
I have a passive perception of 15.
Okay, so where were you when I asked that?
We were all still down here.
Okay, so you
I
hear
didn't even, yeah.
you hear that. You don't see anything.
Ugh.
As it was described to you, you're it sounds, exactly as it was described, and you're kind of going, oh fuck, that's creepy.
I can't make it make noises. I can just make things appear.
But no, it's just like shook it off. It's like, yeah, he knows how to hide his creepiness.
Okay,
No, he can't be creeped out. So
moving on up
just
through the
walks
mine.
away.
Is that a
fire
cave
pit?
over there?
That is a campfire. That's not a cave. No, it's just a little recess with some mushrooms and a hedge in case anyone wants to have a little lie down. That is a
What's up on the
campfire.
Is that a chicken?
So from this distance, can I make out how long ago that fire might have been lit?
That for years.
Hmm. All right.
In years since our light ran out and left us here.
There's. I'm stealing one of Scales' torches again. Oh, wait.
Take the one from his tail.
No, it's like Scales and Rand keep passing the torch back and forward. Because anytime you walk past me, you steal my torch. That's why.
Oh, I stole your torch, actually.
Oh, did you?
That was me.
Okay. To be fair, Rand isn't actually using a torch. He's kind of hands lit up. But,
Okay,
yeah,
as you
so-
move around. Yeah, so anyone investigating that is it's the dried up husk of what looked like would have been a lovely roast chicken. It's
Like it.
I mean, you can certainly lick it if you wish.
Oh.
I'll give my own self an F in the chat. Thanks, Rugby Saturn. So, yeah, it looks like it was sat there, maybe being prepared, and it sat there quietly and decayed, undisturbed. And you do indeed find a spiral staircase going down,
No,
presumably to the 3rd level.
no.
What's
Undisturbed.
with all this pile of?
Yeah, I was
These are
about to-
just look like mining supplies, or
There's a great axe in there.
there's lots of nails and picks and bits of. It's kind of mostly ruined. If you want to go through it, you could probably find the makings of maybe 3 sets of caltrops.
Yeah,
Wish?
I
So
think
that could be
the-
handy when we need to run away.
Yeah, I mean that.
Yeah, Scales is just out there bored collecting nails.
Scales is sort of like, okay, I'm not really quite sure. There's no fighting going on. He's just poking at things, setting
I mean,
things on fire.
I was gonna go through that pile anyway, so.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you would probably find a lot of scrap metal, the makings of like I said, 3 sets of caltrops. The rest of it's just junk. I mean, if you can come up with a creative way to use the junk, feel free.
I mean, with the caltrops, what's useful is I'm a transmutation wizard. I can make them silvered caltrops.
Okay, great.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, I'll take, one of the scrap pieces of. Let me just double check. Yeah, a scrap piece of iron and just put it in my component pouch.
Just look one thing up here. Okay, that's no problem. You can take that.
I mean, that's probably to the 3rd level. I don't know if we want to go down there.
Oh, I mean, the party's been rushing headlong into danger. Why stop now?
We didn't
I mean,
find any other way out.
You look like you're about to drop. Robert looks pretty tired.
Oh, I was advocating for a rest like 15 minutes
Yeah,
ago.
I agree.
Everyone rushed off.
Everyone was like, "We're grand." No, thanks though. Thanks for thinking of us. We're grand. You're like, "No, I'm talking about me."
Yeah, I want the rest.
No, what I was
There
saying
was a
is
camp back there with a
can't-
chickeny thing.
Vadaris
and
also.
before you move anywhere, let me just double check how this spell works.
Oh no.
How this spell works, which means big boom.
Okay.
Hold on for this.
You hear a voice in your head, Ren.
Oh. Okay.
Come out, little apprentice. We're waiting for you. Where are you now? The 3rd level, is it? I hope you have fun down there. No one's come back. You recognize it as the voice of Asher.
Never mind. Asher is still outside.
Or is he?
Well, I'm going to relay this to the rest of the party. Ren's gonna kind of, as he hears the voice, he kind of straightens up, like weirdly, like he's not used to things talking in his head. And people can see on his face, probably anyone who's looking in his direction can probably see on his face that he's shook. There's something going on. I think Asher just used magic to talk to me. He's apparently waiting for us and reiterated that no one comes back from the 3rd level. So we're stuck kind of between a rock and a fireball here.
Is this level 3? What level are we on now?
We're level 2.
2. No, that was an actual in-character question for Scales.
This is 2.
And
Ren, you can make an insight check on that.
Yeah, I'm going
on
to.
that statement if you wish.
Because I can't tell what Asher, like, he seems petty enough to sit and wait, but at the same time, he has shit to do. So.
But you told us that he told you we're on the 3rd level.
Inside
he said,
14.
He said no one comes back from the 3rd level. He said he's waiting for us, and he thinks we're heading for the 3rd level.
Ren, with your 14 insight, and I know, I'm not going to make you roll insight and perception, but the way I rule sending spells.
Okay, sending. I was about to say, is it message or sending? If it's message,
sending.
run.
Well, I don't know. The way I rule sending spells is, and now this is sort of a bit of meta information, like Ren wouldn't know this, is that the voice and a certain amount of the ambient noise around it is sometimes transmitted. And you heard with that 14, and you got the vibe that there was rushing water. And it doesn't sound the same as this. You get the vibe Asher is far, far away.
Wait.
And just trying to fuck with you.
So basically, Ren's gonna, after saying that, he's gonna take a minute and he's gonna reanalyze, he's gonna replay. Like, he's a wizard, he can recall, he has good memory. He's gonna recall, he's like, there was rushing water. Doesn't sound like anything we passed near here. I don't think he's up there. I think he's fucking with us. Although it's sending, can I respond?
You can. You may respond to this message.
Ren's gonna sort of just respond with? Can I respond with like a mental image? Of
If you like,
middle, yeah, just a middle finger.
Sure, he gets that vibe. There's
Someone's
no
ripping
reply.
off somewhere.
Are you gonna head down?
I mean, I don't think he's up there, but there's. He did reinforce no one comes back from the third level. I mean,
You
But
did get
maybe
the vibe
it's
that he
like
was
when
fucking
your
with you.
parents.
I did derive he's fucking with us.
Maybe it's like when your parents want you to eat the thing, and then they tell you you really don't want to eat the thing. It's horrible. So you'll really want to eat the thing.
I don't
So
think it's that.
safe down there.
When I gather he's full of shit, do I gather he's full of shit about the third level?
Rugby
as well,
Saturn
or
says,
no?
"Yep, down we go, TPK."
What kind of parents did you have? How does that even work?
I
Don't
didn't
eat
like
this
eating
food, it's
vegetables
disgusting.
when I was.
So what's the call? Down or up,
spite you.
guys?
Up or down, up or down.
Are we going down or are we heading off? There's no obligation to do either.
I mean, honestly, we're right here at the entrance to level 3, so
Why would you not stick your head down there?
why
We can
not
stick our-
stick?
I mean,
let's face it, was okay. Let's go to level 2 and just peek around and see what happens. Okay, we're done with the map. Let's just go to level 3.
you know,
Let's take a rest and go to level 3. A long rest.
he's not here. I think we can take it.
You're gonna take a long rest?
Watch
I'm
us.
saying-
Can you
I'm-
cast
I'm
out
good.
Glumen's tiny hut yet?
I don't have it in my spellbook. If I can spend an hour to transfer it into my spellbook, yeah.
You're high enough
Wish
level?
you can do that. Yeah, you can
No,
take
I'm
it
not.
out.
I don't. I'm not level 3. So
Okay,
I'm
well then,
not
yeah,
level
you
3
can.
plus. Yeah. No.
So what is it? Long rest?
I say
I don't wanna,
let's
I
hold
don't
up
want
in
a
the
long rest in a dungeon.
Yeah, I
Let's-
really
let's-
don't want to long
let's-
rest.
let's
Not with
take a
the-
long rest. Which bit
not with
so
that
the ancient
creature
campfire and the ruined chicken.
Yeah, I'm saying hold up in this corner, set a watch.
At the stairs.
Oh, here.
No.
Okay, move your tokens
But,
over there if that's what you wish to do.
As well as that, wasn't there some like signs of something being dragged further down?
Oh, that was on the other
No,
side of the
not
river.
down. In through the wall.
That doesn't mean it didn't go down. Fuck it.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I mean, we're probably gonna die at some point anyways. Might as well be to tomorrow.
So,
So you're,
What I'm-
you're gonna rest here.
yeah, what I'm gonna do is before we start the rest, who's the most hurt?
Probably you.
You.
Fanar and then you.
Yeah.
All right, so Fanar is going to get.
I'm not seeing your.
I'm just gonna roll the dice. So, okay, Fanar, you get 1 hit point.
There we go.
I get 4, and then Fanar, you get another 3.
Okay, walk them up there.
That was for healing spirit.
While we're getting
Okay.
ready and set to rest, Ren's gonna explain to everyone that walked off what the items that were found were
Okay.
in more detail, and then he's gonna, especially the armor, he's gonna be like, "Look, this, you know, like you know that meme of the car salesman. You know, this can fit so many. It's like this thing can take a hit. It's better than what anybody wearing leather armor. It's better than what we
Okay.
currently have.
Does anyone want the +1 leather?
Nope.
Robert?
I'm not exactly keen on wearing the
I can clean it magically.
armor from.
I mean, look, if
I
Robert
mean,
does
that changes things. Yeah, I mean, if it's not like freshly peeled off of a corpse.
I don't like clothes.
Here, Kane says, clean it.
I mean,
Just beat it with,
I mean-
with the stick.
I could wear it, but I
I'm
don't
sure
want to
bad
take
enough.
more than I've already gotten a lot of loot. So as an ill-play game thing, I don't want to take it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
I
it's
could wear it.
Robert, it's between you and me for the leather armor.
I'll take it, considering you're a beast half the time.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll press the digitation like every inch of it, just so there's no
Prestidigitates your leather for you.
there's no dead like fucking flesh on it.
I know, he
Robert.
prestidigitates the shit out of it. So it's
Yeah.
nice and prestidigitated.
It looks brand new at this point.
Anything else anyone
Dave.
would like to do? Yes.
Yeah, I would like to, just in case, try to attune to the dagger I have.
Oh, I can identify that as well.
Silver one.
Yeah.
I can identify it either if you want.
Would
You
you like
want
to do
secret
that?
magic items.
Yeah, I
Don't
would like
spoil
to.
the fun.
Would you like Ren to identify?
Nope.
for you. Or you're just going to attune to it.
Yep.
This is a
Yes.
curse dagger.
Okay, excellent
Good
stuff.
man.
I love it. I love
Did
it.
we,
Well,
did we
so
check the
As
lid
you
from the
spend an
back?
hour with this thing, you know, you sit down, you study it, and the more time you spend with it, the more the more intricacies you spot, the more details you spot. You know, as you know, the blade it's wicked sharp for silver, unexpectedly so. And as you kind of lick your thumb and rub it across,
Lick it.
yeah, exactly. Your wet thumb sort of it takes some of the dirt with it and reveals look like some very, very tiny runes in Elvish.
Nice.
And
Oh, no.
Which Fanar can read, by the way.
yeah, you can. Yeah, they're. I mean, well, you can. Yeah,
I mean,
but it's like reading maths. It makes no sense to you.
Mhm.
You know the language it's written in. And after spending a while with it, throwing it up, and catching it, throwing it up and catching it, and you throw it up and it disappears and reappears in your hand.
You're returning?
Oh, nice.
It is a silvered dagger of returning +1.
That's nice.
Oh,
That's fucking cool.
That
Such a
is
good
meant
item.
for
and
you.
Dave, on a scale from 1 to 10, how cursed is it?
We'll find out soon enough. No, I mean,
Okay, fantastic.
well, I
Did
mean,
you
yeah,
know
we'll find out
Silver's
soon
cur-
enough, but we'll see.
Silver's curse repellent. Everyone knows this. Can't curse silver. It's holy metal.
No,
So,
it's not.
yeah,
It's silver.
that's that.
Holy metal.
Anything anyone else would like to do on their long rest?
Ren will flick through the spell book. Like, I know he knows what's in it from reading through, but he'll like try
Yeah.
to decipher.
Flicking
If
through.
there's is there any like?
I do believe these are the first magical weapons you guys have found in what 10 episodes?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
You can't
the
plus one
first-
ring.
There was one on offer from
Yeah.
what was her name? The blacksmith, but
Yeah.
we
We
didn't
don't have
take
one.
it.
Honestly, Dave, it's not the first magical items we found in 10 episodes. It's the first anything we found.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
weird
yeah,
what
there's
Something
happens
to be
when
said
we
for
lose.
loot, isn't there?
Well, this is it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, the
part.
party that never loots. Also, the fact that like I was kind of sitting here going,
Will they
if
find
they
it?
skip this level, the next
Excellent.
encounter is gonna be pretty fucking hard.
Yeah.
But anyway, so after your long rest, so yeah, look. First off, let's do the long rest. So, who's gonna take the watches?
I'll take the 1st
I'll-
one. I'm pretty.
Taking the
Oh, okay.
first watch.
I'll take
Okay.
it with him.
Okay. So as you
Can
guys,
someone take a watch with me? Because
I'll take a watch with Robert.
okay.
And I guess I'll take one with Fanar.
Cool. So as the first two, it's Ren and Jaden, is it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Ren and Jaden, you're sitting there, and you can hear, you know, the everyone of like all of your companions they're still amped up, and they're kind of tossing and turning. It takes them a while to get off to sleep. You've got the fire going. There's no natural chimney, so you know if the breeze comes down the stairs from level 1, it kind of blows the smoke in your face. People start coughing and waking up. It's not a comfortable place to take a long rest, but you know they managed to get some shut eye. As you hear the kind of rhythmical snoring and deep breathing and just that kind of long drawn out rhythm of like somebody sleeping, you attune yourself to the surroundings a little bit more, and you hear that ever present river. Just it's just single-mindedly running in one direction, and throughout your couple of hours watch, you hear that.
Yeah, Ren's keeping like a dead like focus in the direction of the river. He's
And then you hear, and off and on you hear what sounds like tortured moaning. And you've all heard horror stories and stories of people trapped somewhere for the rest of their lives. And this is, if these stories were given voice, this is what it would sound like. And it's terrifying. Can I get both of you to make a perception check, please?
Yep.
Sorry. That's not a D100, it's a D22. Jaden 10. Ren 10. You both hear a wet slopping and sloshing.
Shit. Does it sound like it's out with the water now? Well,
It does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get up.
Kick Scales.
Yeah, Ren just shakes them up.
So you kick Scales, everyone wakes up, then I assume. You look down. I don't have a token for it, but just about here, you see what looks like. It's definitely human. It you know, if you stay in the bath too long, your fingers get wrinkled up. But Kate calls them dead man's hands, as very, very appropriately actually. And there's this. It's a sort of humanoid figure, but the river it's still attached to it, and he's like, and it looks to be coming towards you for help. And then you just see the river, that string of water that's attached to it, just grow and just drag it back into the water.
Before it does that, can I throw my dagger at it?
I was about to cast hold.
Certainly can. Roll to hit.
Person on it, but yeah, go ahead.
I'll just move a bit closer. Oh, where is it more or less?
It would have been about here
Okay.
before it got re-enveloped.
So it's a +1 dagger?
Drew Kane says the sound of something being licked.
I just gotta rename this to Silver Dagger.
And Kate says, I have to sleep beside that tonight. Do you have disadvantage because of your exhaustion still?
No, I don't. I don't have disadvantage on attack rolls,
that's
just
just
ability
it.
checks.
That's
I haven't
20.
had exhaustion.
What did I roll? I can't see.
21 to hit with a 9 with 7 damage.
Yep.
So you throw this dagger, and it's like it's one of these sort of almost from the inside of your wrist. Cause you just flick the wrist and you go, and it just sticks in whatever this thing's was forehead, and you just its scream goes from almost a sigh of relief as whatever it was, just any energy it was spending to crawl out, just flees from it. And as I said, the river just seems to drag it back in, and then the river seems to sense what's happened to it, picks it up, and you just see it smash it against this pillar, and there's just gobbets of flesh and bone and fluid just go everywhere, and it drags it back into the river, and that's the last you see of it.
Does the river still seem to be does the river seem to be alive? The river's alive.
Something in it may be alive.
No, if that man were alive, it should be killed, hey?
All right, Ray.
That's for your watch. I'm not going to say that interrupts your long rest. Who's on the next watch?
That would be me and Robert.
Okay, can I get
I'm not
perception
gonna
checks
have
from
an
you as
easy
well?
time sleeping after that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys, give me perception checks.
All right.
1 sec, just gotta get onto my sheet because my chat wasn't working.
You can drag them down to the bottom and assign quick.
I had
things
to
you can click.
reload my page because my chat wasn't working.
Okay, 11.
I mean, you can just
Nice,
double click it to
21.
minimize it.
Oh no,
So,
I have the.
With the 21 perception, just move things on.
Oh, wait,
So
no,
we
sorry,
have a lot of
that's not
time left,
accurate.
guys, so let's move things on.
Sorry,
with the
Dave.
21 perception,
It's not a 21.
Oh, is it not? Oh, sorry. With a 20
It's a
perception,
20.
you guys, Robert, you hear the same thing, yeah. And it's moving down the river. You hear kind of faint, but nothing similar to what happened last time happens.
There's more.
So, that's about the size of it. You guys get your long rest after that. And you need to tell me where you'd like to go. Would you like to get into level 3 or would you like to get the fuck out of here?
I mean,
Down.
since we're fully rested, I guess.
Okay, let's move you guys
We're
over
gonna-
to the. I may as
Here
well
we go.
copy all the fucking torches.
But I'm.
Everyone
Are we
grab a
gonna-
torch.
Everybody grab a torch.
I'm gonna move you down to level 3. As you go
we-
down, I'm not gonna move you yet. As you go down these, spiral staircase, they go down for about 60, 70, 80, 90 feet and end at a trap door. And as you, I'm not gonna go through the whole. Is it trapped vibe? Because it's not. As you pull it open, you can see there's about a 10-foot drop down to the sand.
We can't necessarily get back out.
We've got a rope.
You could leave
You
the
have
rope if you wish.
Your special magic rope as well.
That doesn't work the way you think it does. I don't
I
think.
No?
If-
Right.
If
I mean, that'll get us into a pocket dimension. It's not going to get us out of the hole.
everyone
I mean,
gets,
if you aim it
Get
up
you into
high
a hole.
enough, we can.
Maybe.
everyone
I mean,
gets 2 good berries, just by the way.
Okay. Would you guys like to try and secure a rope, or are you going to jump down? Are you going to head back up, or what are you going to do?
Let's secure a rope.
Secure a rope, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what are you going to secure the rope? There's a couple of rocky outcrops and stuff like that.
Do
You
any
can
of us
certainly
have
do that.
pythons or a climbing kit?
I don't
You
think
can
any
have
of
the
us have a climbing kit.
Damn it.
Does anyone have
Oh, we got a long
batons or
rest, yeah. Sure.
things?
Anyone got pythons or iron spikes or anything?
I could.
Nothing up in the ruined.
I mean, yeah, you
Yeah.
can certainly
Chests.
find something here.
Yeah,
for
as you mentioned, run back, check if there's anything.
yeah, there's a hammer and a couple of iron spikes, and you can
Yeah.
you can hammer them in and drop the rope down if you wish.
Yeah, doing that.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, let me copy you all over.
Here we go.
Let's go.
I don't think.
Do.
I mean,
You guys.
it's okay if we die as long as we see something cool.
Yeah.
guys
I mean,
are-
it's okay if you guys die as long as we see something cool.
Hey,
Sorry.
Here we go.
I got a magic wand, which is basically a gun. We'll be fine.
I'm wild shaping into a bed and I'm leaving your asses there.
Okay. So
I'll try
as
and
you
use the
arrive
trapdoor
down
into
here,
stone and
you
leave
work your way
there.
down the roll. Look, funnily enough, you see a grappling hook and some rope there.
I don't see anything.
Right-hand side.
Sit down.
You go to the right hand side of the map.
Ah, there we go.
This
There you go.
isn't. This map feels small. Oh, this is smaller. This is a boss room.
Yeah, definitely grabbing the grappling hook and rope and stuffing it into the pack.
What treasure?
No,
man's trash.
if you want to go
Trash
over
or
and
treasure?
investigate it, you can.
One
Oh,
man's
it looks
trash.
like rock. It looks like there's something under it though. Scales, come here. I need your help lifting something.
Where
Over
am I
here.
going? Over there. Oh
Looks
yeah.
like there's something under this.
Dave, I'm checking the roof for stuff.
It's not on
That
fire,
could fall
but
on
you
us.
can see there are some stalactites and a few little bits and bobs there, but nothing that's deliberately rigged to fall on you.
Yeah.
Nothing
I'll poke
moving?
through this pile.
that looks like a chest.
No, nothing moving. Nothing moving.
So even those things are scared to come down here.
Yeah.
So do we find
That is very comforting.
do we find anything in this pile we're poking through?
I'll tell you now. 1 second now.
Just to me, that looks like the corner of like a chest or something sticking out. I can't really tell.
Did anyone collect the grapple and the rope?
Yeah, I stuffed it in my
Oh,
bag.
you collected it already. Cool.
As you kind of 1 second, I'm just read something here.
It's another plug. Run away.
Pull it. Pull it.
Like it.
Okay. So if I read this,
I can't you have something prepared for
as
this.
you
It's
go
insane.
through, as you shuffle through, give me an investigation check for this.
Yeah, cool. Do I get Scales is helping? Will I get advantage?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah,
Cool.
the help action.
Investigation. I have a +6 in that. I never use it though.
15. Yeah, I mean, there's it's weird. There's a lot of rubbish and a lot of, discarded shit and things. Anything that was leather or organic seems to be completely gone.
Oh, fuck.
And as you look around, you hear a squelching sound.
We gotta go.
This large ooze starts moving towards you. You can see it now as it moves. It still has a couple of pieces of metal inside it.
Oh, they're probably
And
magic
that's where we're
items.
going to leave it for tonight.
Is this black? Now, question: is this ooze black, like the shit that came out of the ground?
It is
Or
not. It's completely clear, and
It's just a gelatinous cube.
you're only seeing it when it moves, which is moving now.
I mean, we're level 4 party. We could probably take a gelatinous cube.
Yeah, this is the beauty. The kind of beauty of D&D is yeah, probably you can probably take it.
Probably.
So look, thanks everyone for sticking with us. Thanks chat for being so awesome as always. Thanks for the crack and the running gags and all the rest of it. And we hope we will see you again in 2 weeks' time. Thanks to Kate from It's a Map. Thanks to Christian for being in the bunker fighting the goblins in chat, and everyone else. Thanks to you guys for being awesome players. And we'll see you in 2 weeks' time to see what becomes of the party.
Cheers, everyone.
Mush becomes of the party. We'll melt.